Welcome. Chat rules. No doxing. No homophobic bullcrap. No racial bullcrap. If you don't like someone in chat, click on their name and select block. And then select block again. Done. If you ever feel like it's all too much, log off and contact the number below for help. To be eligible for gifted memberships, click the $sign and select membership. Then hit gift settings and slide to on to allow gifts. Turn off gift settings the same way. My email, conniekr68@gmail.com. Tips are appreciated, never expected. Cash App, $sign, capital CONNIEKR. PayPal me at conniekr68. Like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Thanks.
Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism and commenting.
Get ready, because Constant Sue has something to say, like it or not.
Hello. Oh, let me get that off repeat.
Chat rules. No doxing.
Probably can't. Oh, let's do it one more time.
No
just in case.
homophobic bullcrap.
No, we can switch it. This is what we're going to switch it to. It's going to be on loop. Get your chapsticks ready. Get your chapsticks ready. We're going to need it. Let's see all's here to see. Chasing Justice, Chase Jimbo's ball sack. If you could read between the lines in my title. Peachy's here for it, Brooke. Zep, we're told you need to get Discord. It's a pain in my ass, and I don't know how to work it, but it is kind of handy. Hey, Ghost. Sandy. JP, did I say hi? Or did I skip right over you? Dodie. Okay, Lily. Hey, Opal. Just made April. Kibbykins. Traders, thank you for the $2 super chat towards my goal. Lisa K has something to say. Welcome. Virgo, hello. Buttercup, thank you for the $1.99 super chat. I don't know what this is, but I'm here for it. Well, it was something so sanctimonious. That's the only word I could think of. Sanctimonious. That I just thought I better react to it. Hey, Jess. Chasing Justice, Chasing Jimbo's ball sack. You know. And here, this is my thing. You switch to Straight Talk. Use my code. We both, I think you get a discount and I get a discount. And if I have internet at the house, my telephone bill, I only get the 30 and it lasts me all month, unlimited talks and text. Or if I don't want to use my internet at the house, like if I don't want to pay that bill, I get $45 a month and it's unlimited talk, text, data, and it gives you 10 gigabytes. Oh, don't quote me on that. 10 something. I'm sure it's gigabyte. 10 something bytes of hotspot. And I was able to do 3 or 4 different lives on it and still had some hotspot left over. So you could use that. You can use it on your computer, hotspot, or your laptop or your phone. And then the other one, my Capital One, if you use my referral code, I think I get money back. I'm not sure if you do or not. But let me tell you, I was having a hard time building my credit. Everybody told me, well, you need to go get a prepaid credit card and all this. And I'm just like, oh, it's so much. And so I clicked on the one for Capital One. Capital One did not require any deposit. They start you real low, though, which is good. They start you at $300 limit, but there's no deposit. And within 3 months, my credit score went from 0 because I had no credit It wasn't that I had bad credit. Let me get these dogs. Go over there. It was I had no credit. So within 3 months of just making, I just put like a bill on it that was $100 because you're only supposed to use a third of it. So if you just pay a bill for $100 and pay off that credit card just like you'd pay that bill, instead of borrowing against it, just like, pay it. Within 6 months, my credit score went up to close to 700. So if you want to try that, that's wonderful. Thank you, Barbara. I wonder, some people don't have that at the title, at the option. I don't know why. They're doing something weird. Frankie, thank you, a member for 15 months. Hey, Nana C, turn the page. Dodie, a member for 17 months. Frankie, 15 months. Dodie, 17 months. I'm blind. Really one. Hey, Rosie. There's my Cash App. Thank you, Buttercup. Hey, Bree Allen. I pronounced it right until Chicky asked for pronouncing, and then I screwed it up ever since. Okay, Sandy, that's fine. Okay, Chaotic, thanks. Hey, Sandy. Yeah, Discord. Discord is a pain in my butt. I had to shut the notifications off because there were so many. But it is handy when you want to get a hold of somebody quick. But I'm not smart enough to do it. Just like, unless you send me a message, I don't know how to send you a message. I had to have Peach send me a message for me to find her. I couldn't find her. I don't know where you send a message at. It's complicated to me. And that's just a part of my group chats. Yeah, I'm only in one other group chat, and that's Facebook group chat. And that's for a couple of ladies that don't want to do Discord. So, hey, Peachy. Lily, thank you for your $2 super chat. Let's go. Get on with this. Those are knitted ball holders in my thumbnail. I wanted to put, a ball sack, but I didn't want to get it, struck right away. So I'm like, that's innocent. How can they struck that? Buttercup, you might need to refresh and come back. I'm not sure. Hey, Holly Dolly. That might be the problem. Yeah, no, I've not seen anything bad. It's just, chatting, no big deal. I call her chasing for justice, no cuddles. Yes. Chasing no justice for cuddles. So hey, Debo, how can you contact me? I think Buttercup just dropped my email, but it's Connie KR68. Hey, stop it. Go lay down. Connie KR68 at gmail.com. But I remember when Savage and Shannon, as politely as they could tell me without coming out and saying, you dumb bitch, stop white knighting for Jimbo. I'd have probably listened more if they'd come out and said, hey, listen, you dumb bitch. But they were trying to be nice. They were trying to be gentle. They were trying to be not a bitch. And I kept thinking, well, what's the problem? Well, what's the problem? Well, the problem was I didn't see the whole thing for what it was. So I sounded disgusting. And I sounded like a dumbass. So I can kind of understand why, they really don't want to be associated with me. I'm not sure. But it's just watching watching that video. I was like, oh, God, did I sound like that? Hey, Jackie Blue. I bet I did sound like that. Dreamer G, thank you for being a member for 15 months. I cringe at the thought of that. And I'm sure there's hey, honeybee. Was I late? I had to get that chapstick kissing ass thing. Sandy, thank you for being a member for 17 months. Krabby McCrabtree. You're welcome, Chasing. I take it that as your permission that I can use your live stream. And you're welcome. You're welcome to join me on panel if you want to here. Let me see. This is just for chasing right now. I'll drop a link after, but this is just in case chasing wants to come and join me. And, one of these times, like others, I'm not the only one that's been, what do you call it, ousted or turned on by Jimbo. So, one of these days, maybe you won't be looking back as dumb as I look. But you sure were pretty, really wasn't dumb. It was sickening sweet, sickening. Just come on now. I kept finding myself saying that. Come on now. Come on now. Are you serious? Come on now. Here's Chasing's link. If you want to go over and give her a like, share and subscribe if you want to. That's the video we'll be reviewing today. Let me get back over here to my StreamYard before I get too far behind you. It's weird. Hey, Rabbit. Okay. Let me see. Almost there. Does anyone else see a 310 and target symbol at the chat top? Yes, that is my chat goals. My goal is to get 10 super chats. If we get 10 super chats, I'll come live tomorrow and just gossip. Just bullshit session. Nothing. I know you go way early, Rabbit. Way early. And then I haven't been going because I just think I need something substantial to say something before I go live. So, hey, Shannon. Ooh, I need a deep condition. Yeah, Peachy, isn't it gross looking back at yourself? I'm just like, ooh. Cringe. Buttercup says hi to everybody because she's stuck at top messages. Okay, yeah, it is a cringy world. Remember when Savage and Veloma and then we're telling everybody it seemed like nickel had changed and didn't? Yep, that was my wise words to them and their wise words to me. We neither one listen. Thank you, Zep, for the $5 cash app. Just because. Oh, Jimbo's always the victim. Cuddles, yeah, it wasn't Cuddles' fault. It was always Jimbo. Mm-hmm. Rabbit says hi to everybody. Chasing didn't used to be like that. When we were in Discord, she was not like that. Oh, thank you, Jackie. But I feel like I have. Thank you, JP Fluff, for the $5 super sticker. I feel like I have. I heard Nick was live doing that. And you know what makes me think that Debo was true? Because if you listen on this last call from Ernie, he says, yeah, Smoky Mountain Mama drank some wine and got real tipsy or something like that. And he goes, and then I rubbed her shoulders and put her out. And I'm thinking, yeah, the same way you put Debo out. Hey, Holly Dolly, thank you for the $5 super chat. Yes, thank you. I feel gross. I feel gross doing it. Okay. Thank you, Frankie. Thank you, Dodie, for the $5 super chat. Hey, Chica. Yeah, I seen something I had to say something about. Hey, Ray Jones. You got turned on by Jimbo. That's what you said. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Him and Nicolina were playing footsie behind the scenes before I even said a word about them kissing her ass. You don't get that tight and close in one little thing. Come on now. Hey, Flossie. Come on now. Thank you, Jackie Blue, for the $5 super chat. Yeah. I mean, I joked about me being the miracle worker. You too. Stop it. Don't even start it right now. If I suddenly mute when the dogs bark, it's just me keeping these two from playing too rough. No. The big one's getting so rough with the little ones and the older ones. Go, Tony, go lay down. Go lay over there. Leave her alone. Just a second. She don't want to play. Okay, we'll just have to watch these two. I don't know why they both do this. Okay. Now, I hope I didn't miss anybody. Is Traders and Thomas in Thelma is in Traders thumbnail. Okay, well now we need to get to this. Why did I want to do this? Because like I said, I remember when Shannon and Savage told me, you know, don't white knight for anybody. Don't white knight for anybody. Don't white knight for anybody. You know, and especially Jimbo. And I kept thinking, but why? But why? But why? Well, because when you're there, you don't see the things you see when you're not there. And looking back, I guess without your rose-colored glasses on it, you see what you didn't see. The turning point for me was when Jimbo was so easy to just, you know, even be a little bit a buddy with Nicolina. And when Thelma said she could turn on her tears on a dime, and the fact that they're gonna kiss each other's ass, all got me thinking: is this really drama that's, you know, manufactured? Wasn't that far yet, but if the tears that we all cried because we were so sad for Thelma and the kids, if Thelma can overlook that, and then she said, I could turn my tears on a dime. Hey, Sugar Pie. I was like, I was played. I think many of us were played. He never filed charges. He never took anybody up on the money that they said they would pay for the lawyer. So, yeah. It was, yeah. And I really wasn't hurt. I was more shocked because, you know, I thought for sure, you know, I could say, you know, fuck you, Jimbo, to Jimbo, and Jimbo would just talk about me later. But no, he didn't. And what did he do? Went right over there and kissed Nick's ass. And Nick went over to kiss his ass. So, you know, that doesn't come quick. They had that all planned. Nope, he never did. Barbie never will, because it's all a bunch of bullshit. Okay, so here we go. We're going to, I can't do that yet. This is Chasing Justice from the 13th. If I miss any comments, we're going to start in about 4 minutes. About here.
I had originally planned that the next time I went live, I was going to address Griff and Tina the Tooth. But they've been kind of put on the back burner because I can like make fun of them anytime. There's more pressing issues. So a few days ago, I went into a chat because one of my best friends was like getting struck every 5 minutes. It was ridiculous.
She's talking about going into Katie's chat.
And so someone had set up a live, and I thought they were going to address like being text bombed and call bombed and all that stuff. I thought that's what the topic was going to be.
Do y'all want me to remove the screen so you can see the text? It's crackling. Let me see. Is it still crackling? Let me know if it's still crackling or if it's just crackling when I play the video. Fine on your end? Okay. Let me know if it happens again, though. Okay. Okay, let me... Okay. Only crackle when I do the video. Okay. Let me see if that's...
Little did I know it was going to be about some doxing that allegedly happened. So I don't know, I was spicy that morning. So I popped in that chat and I made the comment and I said, well, when you combine the alleged
Oh, that's her internet.
with the harassment, it's pretty foul. And that's true. It is pretty foul. Doxing with comment. I said, well, when you combine the alleged doxing with the harassment, it's pretty foul.
Oh my gosh.
And that's true. It is pretty.
Okay, one of these days I'll learn how to StreamYard again. Thank you, Tracy, for the $10 super chat. Now, can you hear me? And can you hear chasing?
Foul. Press, like being text bombed and call bombed and all that stuff. I thought that's what the topic was going to be. Little did I know it was going to be about some doxing that allegedly happened. So I don't know, I was spicy that morning. So I popped in that chat and I made the comment and I said, well, when you combine the alleged doxing with the harassment, it's pretty foul. And that's true. It is pretty foul. That cop shouldn't be happening. I'll explain how I feel about striking people. But everyone in that chat took it as I was saying, yes, this doxing really happened. I've seen it. I know it to be true. And that's just not the case. That is not what my comment said or meant. So the person in question, Katie, has said that she got a bunch of messages saying that Bird was doxing Mel Kennedy. Okay, well, if I were getting a bunch of messages from people telling me something, those would be the people that I would ask for proof, right? They're bringing it to me. They're telling me that this happened.
I'm pretty sure she did.
So wouldn't they have the proof or be able to direct her where to find it?
And nobody could show the proof. So she was asking you, when you said it, she was asking you, well, do you have the proof?
Apparently not, because that chat came unglued. They were livid with me. Like, they're so, like, cranky with me. And I wasn't there to start trouble. Even if I'm just listening to someone and they're not one of my favorites.
Freeside, you're wrong. Can you see here? Let me remove this here. Let me remove this. It's from YouTube. See? See, it's from YouTube. In fact, we'll put it on here in case you want to read the comments. In case, since she more or less gave me her permission to play it. Plus, it's fair use.
Favorite people, or I just don't really have a relationship with them. If I have a correction or a piece of information, or I know something, I will speak up and correct it in the chat. But I should have known better than to do it in a chat that's always screaming, we're not going to be hate bonding, because that's literally what they did. That's what they did to me, in fact.
Okay, now let's talk about hate bonding. I haven't looked up the definition of hate bonding, but hate bonding to me would be like, if I hate you and we see someone we hate, we're going to team up, even though we hate each other. That's where we hate bonding. There's many different levels of this that I don't think touch near deep enough to hate bond. If I'm sitting next to a chick that doesn't like another chick and she wants to talk about the chick we both don't like, I don't think that's hate bonding. People use these words too willy-nilly on here. Gaslighting, setting the narrative, writing the narrative, all these. They're too sophisticated for what should be said. Oh my goodness.
Just because I want to be a part of something. My life is very full outside of these two. I have plenty to do.
Let's go back here.
The person in question, Katie, had said
Here we go.
that she got a bunch of
Thank you,
messages
two-thirds.
saying that Bird was doxing L. Kennedy. Okay, well, if I were getting a bunch of messages from people telling me something, those would be the people that I would ask for proof, right? They're bringing it to me. They're telling me that this happened. So wouldn't they have the proof or be able to direct her where to find it? Apparently not, because that chat came unglued.
Free side, if I hate somebody, which there's nobody on here I hate, not even Nicolina. I don't even hate Nicolina. But if there's somebody I hate, I'm not going to kiss anybody's ass just because they hate the person I hate. If I hate you and you hate them, I'm still going to hate you. See what that is? Yes, this is whining about L. Kennedy again from Chasing Justice's side. She's got to get that out of her system before she can, get on Jimbo's nuts.
With me, they're so cranky with me, and I wasn't there to start trouble. Even if I'm just listening to someone and they're not one of my favorite people, or I just don't really have a relationship with them, if I have a correction or a piece of information, or I know something, I will speak up and correct it in the chat. But I should have known better than to do it in a chat that's always screaming, we're not going to be hate bonding, because that's literally what they did. That's what they did to me, in fact, on a very minor level. I mean, people were just like, well, Casey should show the proof for it didn't happen. She's the one that came in here and started all this. No, ma'am. The people who started it are the people that sent petty messages saying that L. Kennedy had been doxxed, not me. And I did have proof that she.
But you started it when you came in and said the doxing. Now, if you said allegedly, I don't know. I'm going to go back and look at that. But I just find it's awful easy that you add that in now. But you came into Katie's chat talking about the alleged doxing. So that's why she asked you, do you have proof? Yeah. Peachy said she sure didn't correct what Kaz said.
Had been receiving texts and calls and emails and everything else. They just weren't very nice. They were of friendly nature. They were basically like, this is the way we're going to do it, so shut up or shut up.
Nope. That's your interpretation of it. The interpretation I got was, now let's negotiate. How are we going to do this? Do you want to do this? You want to do this? Do you want this? But if you can't talk to each other, how are you going to cherry picking exactly? Yeah.
Whatever. It wasn't friendly. It wasn't a friendly exchange.
Hey, Kathy.
So I was like, whatever. And she was trying to call me out, and then I was put on the spot. She's like, okay, well, I'm going to ask you a question. And don't be like this other person did. Don't piss out on me. I guess you thought I wasn't going to answer the question, but the question was, so with so-and-so saying that I'm sleeping with a 14-year-old boy and whatever else, I don't even know what was supposedly said, do you consider that slander? And I replied, which I probably should have said this, because of course it got twisted up. I simply said, well, yeah, it's not true. It definitely is. So then someone made a comment and said, oh, so it is true, then it's not slander. Okay, got it. Come on now. You know that's not what I meant. That's a completely different scenario. Yes, even if something's true, it can still be slanderous. So I felt compelled to post.
Was that, let me replay that, because was that twisted? I don't think that was twisted.
I simply said, well, yeah, if it's not true, it definitely is. So then someone made a comment and said, oh, so if it is true, then it's not slander. Okay, got it. Come on now. You know that's not what I meant.
That's exactly what you said. How could that be twisted around? I don't get that, how that could be on twisted around. If it's not true, it's slanderous. If it's true, it's not slanderous.
That's a completely different scenario. So yes, even if something's true, it can still be slanderous.
How is that possible? The absolute defense to slander is the truth. If something's the truth, it's not slander. It's not slander.
So I felt compelled to post on my community wall the definition of slander and libel and all of that, because apparently there's lawsuits that are going to be happening because money has been lost, I think like $10,000. Let me just give you a brief rundown about how that works.
Jimbo. Remember, you're speaking this to Jimbo also, Chasing.
You're going to claim a loss of income, especially over something like social media, like on our level, right? Like we're not celebrities. I don't care how many times people say, well, you're on the internet, you're a public figure, you just have to take whatever comes at you. No, because we're still people and we still have basic human rights to protect.
But you are a public figure. And public figures are held to a higher threshold. Like just Joe Blow on the corner, who's never done YouTube, never been a creator, never said anything. The threshold in court is not as high as somebody that's been on here, has a YouTube channel, is a celebrity, goes live often. That's why that matters, Chasing. You would think somebody that's in criminal justice would know this.
Privacy and things like that.
Absolutely you are. Absolutely. But to a lower threshold.
So when you're going to file a lawsuit, first of all, over YouTube type stuff, it's going to take a pretty major event to even get an attorney to take on this case. You can find a hole in the wall attorney who either is just
any attorney will take on any case if you have the money.
Starting out and needs to make a name for themselves or drawing up some business, or someone who is just proficient in writing.
Is it still on my end? This is going to make me crazy. Okay, let me see. Why would the static be on me? Help me think. Can you hear it when I talk? Or is it just when you play the video? Static and low. Okay. Try leave her video. Okay.
People that were striking her so many times, just as recent as like a month ago, we're saying, click this, L. Kennedy, click this. L. Kennedy level, right? Like we're not celebrities. I don't care how many times people say,
is that better?
Well, you're on the internet, you're a public figure, you just have to take whatever comes at you. No, because
is that better? Huh. I don't hear it on her video though. I don't hear it on my computer. Same. Okay, well let me look at Peachy's here that she downloaded and see. We'll use it. And now I got to remember how to get to Discord. Okay. Discord. Oh, Lord, Peach, you're probably going to have to send me a message again. Because I don't know where the friends are. Oh, there it is. There's a friends list. But it won't show me all my messages. Peachy, send me a message on Discord so I can find that link. Oh, there, I found it. I found it. I'm learning. Let me get it. That's on. That's all our messages in Discord. There it is. Thank you, Peach. I'm such a goof. There it is. Okay. Okay, there it is. Now, share this tab instead. Okay, here we go. Now, tell me if you can, if it's the same.
L. Kennedy had been doxxed. With the harassment, it's pretty foul. L. Kennedy had been doxxed, who either is just starting out and needs to make a name for themselves or drum up some business,
Is that better?
or someone who is just proficient in
Yeah, it's our live
writing
stream.
cease and desist and little things like that that you can basically wipe your ass with.
Is that better?
They're just not going to be interested because it's very, very hard to.
Okay, let me see. Let me restart. It sounds. Okay, let me get Peachy a link. This is just for Peachy, or Chasing if she wants to come up. There we go while we wait for Peach. Peachy production, yep. Am I low or is it just her that's low? Okay. Hello.
Hello. So what you do is, this has happened to Sarah before. What she had to do was basically drop the screen, exit out, and then restart again. Not restart your live, but restart the process of streaming.
Okay.
So drop her screen,
There you go.
exit out of it.
Okay.
Now go in to present again and pull it back up. It's weird that you can't hear it on your end, but we can in chat.
I know, it is
So
crazy.
and
I
what
can't
makes
stand the crackling. I can't
Yeah,
stand
and
the crackling.
I don't know if you had her sped up on the YouTube version one,
I
but
did.
it was like, yep, the crackling through the speed up was pretty
Bad.
ear torturing. Yeah.
Hey, Sasha.
So
Okay.
if I think the crackling would be fine if you can't get it fixed, if you bumped her down one.
Okay, let me see this. Okay. Now tell me how it sounds.
Still people, and we still have
Honey?
human rights to privacy and things like that.
See, up here with you, it sounds fine.
To file a lawsuit. First of all, over YouTube type stuff, it's going to take a pretty major
Is it okay now?
event to even get.
It does. I can hear it, the crackling up here too, but it's not as bad now that it's slowed down. So it does sound better.
Or drum up some business.
Well, that's going to make me. Do you think if I tried to go out and come back in, it would work?
I don't know. I don't think Sarah ever had to go back out and come back in, so I'm not real sure. I just
Huh.
knew she always dropped the screen and had to like restart the process again. But with her slowed down a little bit, the crackling isn't like it doesn't affect our ears as bad.
But is it still bad? Because if it's crackling, that still makes me crazy.
Yeah, it's a little crackly.
How do I go out of here? Like, if I just,
Okay, refresh your browser.
okay, let me try that.
Yep, there she goes. Hey, everybody. She should be back in a second. I can't see anybody's comments, so hi. Oh, there they are. Hello, Lily. Hey, Sugar Pie. Sasha. Zappy. Holly Dolly.
Or someone who is just proficient in writing
See if that's any better.
cease and desist and little things like that you can basically wipe
It
past
does
it.
sound better. It's still a little crackly, but it's not anything like it was.
Because it's very, very hard
That's going to make me
to
crazy.
Yeah, I'm not
That
real
was,
sure. It could be a StreamYard issue because somebody earlier was complaining about StreamYard acting funny.
I wonder
So,
if I do that echo cancellation and all that, blah, blah, blah.
yep. You will need to make sure your echo cancellation is the box is checked.
Okay. Okay. Well, if it gets like unbearable, somebody please tell me that it's
Yep.
unbearable. I'll slow
All
it
right.
down. Hey,
I'll be
Jody.
back down in chat.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Bye.
Now, y'all let me know. I don't hear any crackling JP at all. There must be some demonic presence. I don't know. Because I can present it this way through YouTube, or I could present it through the video playback.
get through one of those cases and actually get the outcome that you're hoping for.
How's that?
If you're going to go and say, I've lost this much money because this person is saying or doing this about me, you're going to have all your ducks in a row to back that shit up. You're going to have to be able to prove that clients or, whoever, whatever type of work you do, refuse.
Jody, this is on a video, a recorded version. Ooh, a little crackly. The YouTube is better. Okay. Then we could put on the closed captions. Okay. Let me slow it down to normal. Okay. Playback speed normal. There. Let's see if that works. Tell me how that is. Hey, Susie. What? See how that is.
Shit up. You're going to have to be able to prove that clients or, whoever, whatever type of work you do, refused or rejected your bid because of this specific reason. No, El Kennedy does not pick on certain people. El Kennedy, if you go and you look at the history of her channel, you will see that she does just like every other clip channel, and she clips what is current.
She might clip what's current, but she clips them from a biased angle.
Currently going on. And she does it in a very good way. And I can tell you that I've been watching El Kennedy for quite some time, and she has gotten really good. You can see the progression of her work, like the evolution of it. She most people think that it's just a bunch of random clips thrown together to look a certain way, but 9 times out of 10, they are clips and they're presented
Okay, guys,
in
thank
a
you.
chronological type way. They're pieced together
Is that any better at all?
so that you can get the whole idea from beginning to end of how a situation unfolded without having to watch 10 or 12 hours worth of live streams. She's going to clip the parts that stand out, not just to her, but if you take.
I think if we're talking about anybody that does that and clips the parts that just stand out, I think SDA does. But technically, that's not clipping, that's archiving. If you want to do like a 20-minute segment, a 30-minute segment, you get the full thing, that's more like archiving. And fair use doesn't allow for archiving. Clip channels are just clips that like a clip out of it. But if you list the link in your chat, this is a link. People can go back and listen to the before and the after to make sure it's clipped in the right perspective. I gave up on El Kennedy a long time ago when she was clipping me, not out of context so much as at a different angle, at a biased angle. Okay. Maybe if I turn it down some. Is it too loud? Maybe if I turn it down. Tell me it's too low. And yeah, and she is a puppet for Jimbo and 777. She's clipped Jimbo before. There's some clips on there. But yeah, she don't. And in her defense, people will say, well, if you're going to clip, you should clip for everybody. It's not possible to clip the whole internet. I clipped what I could listen to. El Kennedy doesn't show both sides of the coin. She only shows the bad reaction, but not what's made the person react that way. Okay, Cake 80, thank you. Right. And if any of my clips were ever, I told anybody, come sit with me in the clip that you don't agree with, and we'll go over. Just recently, there was a clip that Trader said, Jimbo, we could probably get past the 12 is 12 thing, but it's you. It's the essence of you. It's you we can't stand. And so when I clipped that, I said, see, it's not even the 12 is 12 thing. They're saying that, they could get past the 12 is 12 thing. Looking back at it now and what I'm the inside looking out, I know what she meant there. Yeah. I don't think she could have ever got past the 12 is 12. She probably misspoke there. But there's so much more grosser things about him. Just the whole entire thing that's disgusting about him. It's the whole essence of him, is what she was saying. So now I see that. Hey, Jody, thank you for being a member for 13 months. And Sharan, thank you for being a member for 17 months.
The consensus, you'll see that those parts stood out to many other people too. And the people that were striking her so many times, just as recent as like a month ago, were saying, clip this, El Kennedy, clip this.
I can say right now, clip this, El Kennedy, clip this. That might mean I want her to clip this. That doesn't mean she has eternal permission to clip everything. And when you want it clipped, you want it clipped unbiased. And that was Katie and Bird's problem. They want it unbiased. So you can say clip it, but if they don't do it unbiased, they're still going to have an issue. Just because you say clip it doesn't mean you have carte blanche to clip everything unabashed.
El Kennedy, come clip this, ma'am. But then when she clips it, they like spend everything.
Katie, you really don't have to start from the beginning because a lot of this is getting my sound corrected. You could probably 2 times it and be on board if you wanted to, but there's a lot that you can leave out.
Waking moments striking her, and I don't know where everything's at with those. I think that so far, she's been able to fight them all. She does
Thanks, Sasha.
like rework everything. She adds
She is.
her own. What's the word I'm looking for, you guys? I'm having a brain fart. You know what I mean? She changes it up. Like she uses a little cartoon thing and blah blah blah, and it's just she's not just recording someone and sticking it up there. Yeah, that's not true, Margaret. I can assure you. Just go back and look at her channel, and you'll see. Like when Ernie was the main topic, there's a lot of stuff on Ernie. If ATIL was a hot topic at the time, there's stuff on her. I mean, that's just how it goes. So right now, this is like the main drama, right? Everyone's focused on Jimbo in the stand and how many times a day he wipes his butt and what he did 75 years ago and what his great grandparents did and what he ate for dinner 3 weeks ago. So,
Chasing, that's not true. It's more like him saying that he's got a Polaroid of a 12-year-old pubic, him cussing people, him calling people bitches while being a coach, him with his arrogance. Well, we're a big channel and we're going to do this and this and this. And that's nobody would give a shit if he would sit down and shut up. If Jimbo would sit down and shut up and just do what he's going to do, nobody would care. But he doesn't. He thinks he's in WWE wrestling. And so he's always got to cause a problem.
Yeah. So in that chat, everyone was getting mad at me. They were saying that I came in there and stirred up shit and just left. And they were like, "Oh, how convenient. Chasing isn't here anymore."
Because you weren't commenting.
Chasing was sitting right there, taking it all in.
Well, then speak up and nobody will say you ran away. You guys quit. No.
Reading all the bullshit. So you had people in there like Tina Simmerly, better known as Holistic Empire or Empire.
Yes, Katie.
And it turned into everything but. And the thing is I went in there to make a comment about the situation going on with LK Kennedy. But of course, the question that I got asked was about Jimbo. You can't ever have one situation without someone saying, "Well, what do you think about this?" or "Jimbo did that." And okay, but that's not what we're talking about. That's not what the title was about. And I know it was just a random question, but let's stay on.
But that's not what Katie said. When you came in the chat, you said, with all the doxing and harassing going on, and Katie said, "Do you have proof of the doxing?" So don't change it up now, CJ.
Topic.
That was the topic.
Oh, there's another channel. That's the thing. That's what I kind of watched, is that they do go after channels like that. And, it's not because they're not doing this for any other reason other than to just say, "Hey, I got her channel taken down," or "I got his channel taken."
Well, that might not necessarily be true. Had El Kennedy wanted to negotiate, like, Bird called and said, "We can negotiate," maybe Bird could have said, "Hey, this is what we don't like." And then El Kennedy could have come back with, "Well, tough shit." Or they could have met somewhere in the middle. And it could have worked each other out, right?
You already have your own channel. Why are you trying to collect them? It's not like El Kennedy.
Nobody's collecting channels. They just wanted correct information put out.
Giving a boisterous opinion about anything.
Hi,
She's
Julie.
literally just clipping your work, the work that all of you put out. And,
And again, the only person that can say that is SDA. SDA is putting the words that we say put out, the whole chunk, the whole chart. It's in 1, 2, 3 parts maybe, but until you say that you could clip like SDA does, which is archiving, it is parts and pieces. And I could go back right now with El Kennedy and show you, but it gives me a headache. And I really, we all know how it is, and they know how it is. It's just dancing around a bunch of bullshit.
condensing it down, basically. So throughout the chat, and I just grabbed like a few comments. Of course, the chat went on about Jimbo. It always does, right?
Peachy said, and the sad part is LK will never panel up and discuss this with any of us, so nothing will be solved. Right. And maybe a strike, would open up negotiations. I don't know. I would never strike. I will never strike. And I agree with not being able to get people's personal info from a strike. That's, a lot of times they dox that way. That's why I'm, forever grateful for Rob Reed. But Michelle, hold my beer. Yes, they can. She said, people can't be this ignorant. You can clip something out of context. Absolutely.
So
Chiquita, come here.
said
Chiquita.
that Nicolina paid
Chiquita, come here.
for the hotel room because they got
Chiquita,
caught
come here.
with the dog that they were going to sell
Come on.
on the trip,
Come here. Come
or
on.
that they needed to fund the trip. Really?
Let me rewind. That's busy.
Or
Oh,
that they
my dog.
Jimbo. It always does, right? So someone had said that Nicolina paid for the hotel room because they got caught with the dog that they were going to sell to take on the trip, or that they needed to fund the trip.
That brings me to what I think they were going to do with that dog. I think they're going to take that little dog and give it to somebody. Like they gave, this is just my opinion, no proof, just my opinion. They gave, what's her name? Casey, the Aussie. Her apartment wouldn't let her have it. People, before you give anybody a dog, number one, make sure they can accept it. They bought 2 dogs, not even knowing if she could have the dog. They bought 2 dogs knowing that Jimbo said small dogs are snacks for their dogs. So maybe Casey's apartment said she could only have a small dog. So they were going to rescue what they thought was a poor abandoned dog and give it away. I don't think they're going to sell it. Not unless they thought it could be a pure something. And then, they could network with people. Well, hey, I have a Yorkie and a boxer. Well, I have a this and a this. It can be networked with it. No, they weren't going to sell it. Katie said, I've been very loud about how I feel about like El Kennedy's clips. It's totally biased, and she does it to paint me in a bad light with no context. There you go. Kidnapping things, that's a pattern. And the other pattern, Bree, is abused. Well, the first girlfriend that came to their house and they took in as a runaway, oh, well, she was abused. Michelle, Jimbo's first wife, oh, she was abused. Thelma took her away out of state, oh, she was being abused. This dumb dog, they put the dog down. They put the dog down the same way they put Michelle down when they talk about her. Dumb rat infested, flea infested, blah, 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 blah. But it was being abused. So everything's got to be, to make them church it all up. Katie also said she willfully clips out of context and willfully refuses to clip the dangerous and disgusting shit her masters say. Oh, you're right. Absolutely. So that's the other pattern there. If you got with your first wife, Jimbo, because she is being abused, why did you talk all that shit on her that you talked? And I'll bet you Traders has it. When you called her a whore and said she was fat, that she was easy. You talked about her horrible. And then when you talked about the dog, you talked about it horrible. Why is it? You would think that, oh, well, we rescued the puppy and it was a nice little puppy. No, you talked shit on the puppy. Right. You didn't mind stealing a dog until you got caught. That's okay, Katie.
Really? That little 5-pound dog they were going to sell when they have a whole yard full of expensive dogs?
No, they're probably going to give it away. Somebody might have wanted a small dog and they were going to give it away.
And then someone said,
is that so outlandish to think? This is what I had a problem with this whole video. Oh my God. They were going to take the mutt when they have a whole yard of AKC dogs to sell, and they could give away. No, maybe somebody wanted a small dog. And they said, yeah, that's a cute small dog I want. They're going to give it away. Or they were going to sell it. Depending on how much they could church it up.
I bet they got the hotel room because they're going to go pick Kemper up to go to Ernie's court date. This is how
that's happened. So why is that so outrageous?
Shit gets started, right? There's no,
oh, and you don't assume anything. You don't assume anything. Jimbo doesn't assume anything. Nicolina doesn't assume anything. Only people that assume anything is somebody in Katie's chat. That was the problem I have with this live right here.
Wanted me to bring facts,
sanctimonious,
and receipts and proof that El Kennedy was
very
blocked.
surprised.
People making these random comments in the chat weren't asked for proof. They said that you paid for Jimbo's hotel room.
Nicolina did pay for Jimbo's motel room. Over here, Nicolina saying, I paid for what? And she said, they're saying that you paid for Jimbo's hotel room. Jimbo admitted it. She did.
I hadn't heard anything about that, but whatever.
Oh, now it's whatever. Nicolina said, nah, but I did help with Thelma's bond. Just Jimbo's live the other night. He said, thank you, Nicolina, for help with the motel room.
I'm assuming that the trip they were talking about is when they went to go watch Molly in the band competition, right? That's what I'm thinking. That's the only trip I knew of. And it was also like stressed when she asked me this question. She's like, let me ask you this, because you're part of the stand. You're one of his mods. Like, it's a big deal. So what? Yes, I'm one of Jimbo's mods. I have been for a few months now. I've been in the Discord for a little over a year now. But, that doesn't really
and I wish I had that Discord of all the shit she talked on Nicolina.
Have anything to do with anything. I still don't know every move that's made over there. And I don't know all the ins and outs and the behind the scenes stuff. Why do I not know all of that? Because I don't want to. I know as much as I need to know. And if there's anything else I feel like I need to know, I will go straight to Jimbo and ask him.
Yep, she's up here doing a whole sanctimonious live stream about shit she don't know. Everything's a troll until someone goes to jail. Right, Buttercup? No, Krabby McCrabface. Jimbo threw Leslie B away too.
I'm not going to pussyfoot around anything or try to piece stuff together or connect dots when I really don't have a clue. So from there, we had someone who we all know who used to be in that Discord, and they were talking about the breakdown of the Stan family and all of that. And this person said, family my ass. I was in Discord until I was thrown out. Ma'am.
JP, I think they said they were talking about you. No, SDA, your clips aren't too long. We need a clip channel like yours, an archiving channel that just plays what was said. I don't think they're too long at all. Technically, they're not fair use, but you still serve a purpose, and it's needed. So, short of getting with every creator and saying, "Hey, do you care if I do this?" Which you can get permission one day, and they can strike you the next day. It doesn't even matter. It's just, I think as long as you stay honest, like you are, and unbiased like you are, I don't think anybody will have a problem with it. Once they find out what you're doing, you are an archive channel. Here, this is what was said on this day. No opinion put in on it. No, not here's what was said and then skip it and then here's what was said. Absolutely, they need to make, because just think about it. If we was able to archive all of Ernie's shit, we all wouldn't be sitting over here with terabytes of fucking live streams. We would have just archived it. But Katie said, no, SDA, you do it in context. Peachy said, but I think SDA also needs to post both sides. Nobody's showing because the effect and only cause and effect, only the effect. Right. Agree. Nana C, who's a clip channel, says, SDA, your clips are perfect. No added commentary. Technically, I mean, this is why things go to court, because there's a balancing scale. There's commentary, criticizing, review, education. Oh, I never understood what scholarship had to do with it, but all of these things, and there's no time limit. Like everybody says, oh, you got to play 3 seconds and then you got to comment. No. Technically, if you play something 20 minutes and comment it, that is technically reaction and review. And that's covered under fair use. Transformative. When she puts them all in her cartoon-like thing and speeds the voice up, that's transformative. Transformative, I have not found in fair use, though. Buttercup, can you post the disclaimer real quick again? Because I don't think transformative is in there. It's reaction, review, educational purposes. Rosie, we can always use another clip channel. Always. Okay, Shannon, enjoy your shower. Yeah. That's a good idea. And, because people want the view. That's it. People want the view. And that's, as long as you give people common courtesy, SDA, I don't think anybody's going to have a problem with anything you do. And if they do, file an appeal and let them take it to court. Copyright disclaimer, Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, commenting, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Now, transformative isn't in there. I haven't dug deeper to see if transformative is allowed, but that's the gist of the Copyright Law 76. So if you're reporting on something, it's fair use. But what's funny is, though, if you use a big TV station, like if you use a CBS clip, they can strike you right away and they take your channel down right away. Well, how the hell do they know I'm not using it in fair use? I should be able to fair use Chasing Justice the same as I can CBS. If I want to react and criticize Upchurch music, I should be able to play Upchurch's music under criticism or commenting or research. I mean, that's why it's settled in court. So anytime you get struck, just counter it and let them take you to court. Hey, just for you. Right. And SDA, I think they would have to come to you. Now, I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure. Now, when Southern Girl hit me with the strike and she was going to take me to small claims court, I asked Rob, especially, I said, Rob, she's saying all she has to do is take me to small claims court. And he said, they do have a thing for that now. It's like the copyright something for people who want to settle it in small claims court. But the YouTube terms of service say federal. So it has to be in federal court. And I think they have to come to you but I'm not real sure. But I think that's how it goes. But I know for sure it has to be in federal because that's a YouTube guideline. It has to be in federal. So let's play some more.
Why don't you tell the whole story of what the problem was? Queen Ashley knows.
Oh, they're still talking about JP Fluff here.
Is when a whole bunch of people exited, stage left. That was JP Fluff made that comment. And I don't really remember if she was thrown out. She may have been, but I think if she was, the person who booted her isn't even part of that Discord anymore. But it was, she didn't just get thrown out of the blue, if that's what happened.
Katie, what they're talking about is somebody said something about the Stan fam, and JP said, family my ass, I was thrown out of Discord. And she's saying, you weren't just thrown out of Discord. Do you know why you were thrown out of Discord? No, I don't think she was thrown out of Discord. I think JP left Discord. But I'll let JP speak on that. And she's just bringing up irrelevant things. I mean, like, so what JP said?
She may have left on her own. I don't know. All I know is there was.
She may have left on her own, which is what she did. But see, you didn't know. Remember, you just talked about people don't know. People assume that's how things get started, right? You just said that, Chasing. She left on her own. Quit. Tracy, thank you for the $5 super check to meet the goal. Quit.
The big fallout over some division yet again with the whole rap situation. So yeah, but the way she put the comment, she said it in a way that got everyone riled up and just added fuel to the fire because people love that kind of shit.
I don't think there was much said about what JP said at all.
So then moving down the line, someone said they have money to buy puppies, but they're selling other dogs. And then they talked about how crappy that is. Well, here's the thing. They had the money to buy those puppies before this shit happened, right?
Having a history like Jimbo does, shit's always going to come up or could come up. So if you only have $300 and the dogs cost $300, you don't spend your last $300. This is what I couldn't get over is how many excuses she made for him.
Right? The money that is, but there's someone. So then moving down the line, someone said that they have money to buy puppies, but they're selling other dogs. And then they talked about how crappy that is. Well, here's the thing. They had the money to buy those puppies before this shit happened, right? Then someone, I don't know if it was the same person, selling old dogs, and then we'll use the pups as an ATM when they're old enough. Well, that's typically what happens when people breed dogs, right?
Stop it, Tiny. Yes, but you put your money in the bank. You don't bet on the come like Ernie does. Rocky, now don't you start it. Here's an interesting comment that's over here. Looks like Nicolene's going to turn on Christine, Easy's mom. I don't know what she's talking about, but I'll put it in chat. She says, what's incredible to me is the details that side has now. And it can only be Leslie B, Nana C, or Christine. Huh? What the hell was she talking about there? This is a comment. The timestamp.
They breed them to sell. It's a lucrative business.
Very lucrative. Especially, stop it. Rocky. The water gun doesn't work on Rocky. He's like, I'm having none of it. Rocky. I think Daddy's home. That's why they're having him. I don't know what details she's talking about. I missed it. But this is the first time I've seen Christine's name mentioned. Rocky! Stop that shit. Especially when Jimbo says that each dog had 12, 13, and 15 pups. And they were selling them, I think at one time he said from 300 to 900, maybe more. Well, hell yes, they want them to keep pumping out pups. That's very lucrative. Look how many Rottweilers are in shelters, or Rottweiler mixes are in shelters because people can't handle them. Now to see, I think Nicholas is trying to start problems again. JP says, to all you 777, those always hated me. So anyone around her has a bunch to say, and laughy.
Nobody has ever complained about the quality of the pup
that we know of. This is what I can't believe. The ass kissing she did on him. It wasn't just a little ass kissing. It wasn't just a little bit here. Nobody's ever complained about the quality of the pups. How do we know? Is there any way to know that? There might be a lot of complaints. Tiny, stop it.
That they have sold that I'm aware of up until now. The only people that seem to have a problem with it are people on YouTube who want to make every move that Jimbo makes into a bad thing.
Oh, honey, I assure you, there's many groups out there that protest backyard breeders. I do not like any backyard breeder. I understand what Katie was saying the other day from buying a purebred that, you keep the line, and like with horses, the bloodlines, everything. I get that, but that is so few, far between, and nothing like what Jimbo's doing. This is nothing but a money-making machine. Them dogs out there that, no way in hell could I have a dog outside in a kennel that I didn't love in my house. I couldn't do that. No way could I sell. I couldn't give away any of these dogs. No way. If I had to move somewhere that said I'm not accepting dogs, I'd be homeless. It would suck. I would hate it. It would, but no, you don't. It would have to be something extreme. I mean, like if I was dying and I couldn't take care of him and I knew we'd have to go to a better home, it'd be extreme. But there's many people that protest it, chasing. A lot of people protest it. This is more of the extreme ass kissing that bothered me about this video. Extreme ass kissing.
Now, don't get it twisted. This is not me up here saying that Jimbo can do no wrong and he's perfect and blah, blah. None of us are perfect. And Jimbo has done wrong. But if I have an issue with something that he has done, it's not going to do a damn bit of good to go complaining to everyone else around here. I'm going to take it to him. Just like when I wanted to get the opinion
Just a minute. Let me make my dogs quit barking before I read this about from Leslie. Leslie B said, I don't fucking talk to nobody to say shit about nothing. If I got something to say, I'll go live and I'll say it my fucking self. Bet that. I don't need anyone to say shit for me. So we've heard from Leslie. We've heard from Nana C. So now we got Christine. She's thrown under the bus. And I know why she's throwing Christine under the bus. Because the other day in somebody's chat, somebody said something about Christine being Jimbo's friend. And Christine said, I'm not Jimbo's friend. I just helped him. So we all watch it. Christine will be up next on Nicolina's chopping block to start shit with. Katie said he is not preserving the breed. If they aren't quality dogs, they are keeping a subpar line going that will cause problems for other breeders, especially hip issues. Rottweilers are so subject to hip issues, and that comes from breeding. Okay, now make sure I haven't missed anything.
In my opinion, about his marriage 30-something years ago. I told him. I told the person that should hear it. The person that needs to hear it. And then that's it. That's the end of it. I don't need to keep talking about it and rehashing it.
Remember that she says this. She doesn't need to keep talking about stuff and rehashing it. As she's sitting here talking about shit and rehashing shit. This is why I say sanctimonious. Sanctimonious.
This shit has gone on so long, and you've had so many new people come into the mix now who don't really have a good idea of the history.
Then what are they missing, CJ? Tell us what we're missing. Y'all get pissed when someone talks about the history. Why are we going over this and rehashing it? So people go over and talk about the history. That's the only way you know, right? Evil Ghost said, Christina has been in my chat many, many times, and I've never once asked her for info on Jimbo. Meat flaps is a joke. Always saying meat flaps. Nana C said, Ghost, no one has ever asked me for information either. And I'm sure they never asked Nana C either. Keep track over here in the comments of what's going on, because that's where Nicolina said that in the comments right here. Leslie B says, hey, everyone, don't mean to miss anyone. I'm cleaning and listening. Just need to put that out there. Don't know why people just can't mind their own business. Miss y'all, love y'all much. Right.
And they're being jaded. You guys are like, you're painting the picture.
There's not many ways to paint a picture of marrying a 12-year-old. There's not many ways to paint a picture. Even when you church it up and say, oh, she was from a bad home and Jimbo rescued her, but then he just left her, then he just, walked out. There's no way to paint a picture. This is where I say I feel stupid, because I was painting a picture too. And then, when I was like, yeah, but I was promiscuous too when I was young. It doesn't fucking matter, Constance. It doesn't matter if I had issues when I was growing up. It doesn't make it right. That's where I say I cringe when I look back when I did this for Jimbo. And one day she's going to cringe, maybe. Thank you, Just Wondered, for my goal. Thank you for meeting my goal. So tomorrow we'll go over to my live and just bullshit. Yeah, Ghost. This is what I mean. This was extreme reaching. This was extreme ass kissing. This was sanctimonious, ass kissing chapstick. What did they say I don't watch? They were talking about somebody came into Katie's chat and said something about the Stan fam. And supposedly you said, Stan family my ass. I got kicked out of, they just kicked me out of Discord or something like that. And then Chasey just had some shit to say. Well, I don't even know why, JP left. And I said, I thought JP left on, you just left, but maybe that was when they thought there was a mole. I don't remember, but I thought I'd leave it to you because I don't know. Yeah, Sugar Pie said anyway. And when we did this, he said he was 15 and she was 17. The story's changed many, many times. Many times. So it depends on what story you got in on, how jaded you are. And if people are jaded, that's their right to be jaded. If people think people need to be made aware of this, then that's people's awareness. If it was no big deal, Jimbo wouldn't have, worried about them flyers being put in there. Jimbo wouldn't have ever got fired for all that because people have said, yeah, we already know. The fact that that was all, scary and upsetting to him tells me it wasn't what all was going on.
Sure, for them of a picture that's already been painted. So from there, this is where Tina the Tooth pops in, and it's so random. She says predators often use teddy bears and puppies to lure kids.
They do. They do use puppies and teddy bears. If you didn't get what she was saying was, she thinks Jimbo's a predator and they use puppies and he has puppies. What's so hard about that? You're in criminal justice. You're in crime scene investigating, for fuck's sake. You can't put the 2 and 2 together there?
What? We all know that. We've all seen To Catch a Predator. We've all seen the Stranger Danger after school specials. Yes, Nicolina, I looked that up yesterday because someone had said that you can't register a Rottweiler because they're mutts. And
that's not what was said. See, pay attention. Miss not paying attention. What was said was you can't register his Rottweilers because they're mutts. The mutts she's talking about are when his Rottweiler gets out and mates with his Akita. That's a mutt. What was said was you cannot register the Akita Rottweiler mutts.
What I found when I looked it up is that Rottweilers were added to the stud book in 1931. So before you go making a comment in a chat that is supposed to just be factual, you need to make sure you have your actual factual information correct.
Back at you, Chasing. I would expect more from a crime scene investigator.
Because they can be registered.
Right, Katie.
And then someone wanted to
That's
criticize.
why I thought I needed to address this. I thought maybe you would, and then I thought traders would, but neither one of you did. And I'm like, okay, let me rewind it. She was saying that somebody in your chat said Rottweilers couldn't be registered. And what was actually said in your chat was Rottweiler mixes the mutts that Jimbo has. Like the pup that he gave Judo. I think that's what we was talking about. An Akita mix with a Rottweiler can't be registered. Absolutely. This is for Katie or Chasing if she wants to come up.
Guys, like the fact that Jimbo was short on some money. Well, it's understandable that they were struggling a little bit because they just bought 2 puppies.
Why did they buy 2 puppies when they had 14 dogs already and didn't even know if one of them had a home?
Molly's band trip going on, and then
Hello.
all this.
Hey,
crap.
Constance. Oh my God,
How
Bam
are
Bam,
ya?
I'm dead. She's reading from cue cards.
Yes, you
Okay.
can hear a notebook clip.
Oh my God, I'm really surprised at this. Like the way that she's trying to justify and explain away, like just all this shit going on is just unbelievable to me. And I didn't watch this, but people said that she was talking about me, and I didn't even really care. But I don't think anybody said that that Rottweilers couldn't be AKC registered. Rottweilers are one of the oldest breeds in the AKC. Like no one said that. However, I don't think his Rotties have papers. If they have papers, then they are AKC registered. Duh, that's like your receipt for it. I don't know if they have them or not, but you cannot breed a Rottweiler, regardless of AKC papers. Everybody lean in for the retards in the back. Okay. And no one said this in my chat because I would have corrected them and other people would have as well. You can have a purebred Akita with papers and everything that comes from champion bloodlines. Same with a Rottweiler. The second they mate and have puppies, those puppies are ineligible. They are not qualified. They do not meet the standard of being an AKC registered breed. They do not, they don't know, what do they call it? They don't recognize crossed breeds. They don't do that. I think is the Labradoodle AKC registered now? Because that's like the only breed that I know that might be AKC registered. That's a poodle and Labrador cross.
Yeah, I don't know. I could Google it.
It is a Labradoodle, but that's the only cross that I've ever heard, like in New Age times or whatever. But
yeah,
again, what really got me is like, she's saying that he bought those two puppies, but was in he was okay as far as money goes. And then all this stuff happened. And then now they've got two puppies. Come on now. Like, they needed money for a car. They don't have working vehicles. They don't have, he's begging for Halloween trick-or-treat candy.
Right.
Like, give me a break. I mean, come on now. There's no way to justify getting two puppies that don't have papers either. And he thinks he's going to get El Bandito sold here in a little while. Like, what was he going to just do? Flip a puppy for what? They're not registered. You can't sell them for more money. Like, that doesn't make any sense. But regardless, that's neither here nor there. I'm going to get down because I'm thoroughly enjoying this.
Okay.
This little talk.
And if you want to go over this live, I have it saved two different ways. So
okay, they're still not AKC registered. Okay. Yeah. Okay. That was the only breed of dog that maybe I thought was a mix that was maybe recognized as a breed. Okay. So I'm wrong. They're still not.
He said he didn't have any mutts on his property and that all his dogs are registered. So that Labradoodle is a mutt and it isn't registered.
Oof. Liar.
And he said the very first night this happened, he said, why would we want a small dog? Our dogs are, what do you say? He said another word for vicious. They are known to attack. It's in their blood. They couldn't have them on there because it'd be a snack for his dog. So poor Cuddles was going to be a snack. And now I worry about El Bandito and the other one.
Well, the thing is, those dogs, those breeder dogs, they're used to being around young dogs, little dogs all the time. So that kind of goes out the window for me. Like, I've been around like Doberman breeders and stuff like that. And they have little tiny dogs running around all the time because they've got puppies everywhere too. So yeah, it's the same thing. That wouldn't really deter. Well, from what I've experienced, like, having a little dog doesn't really like make a difference. They still recognize them as dogs still. But
yeah, that still scares the shit out of me. If one got out there and got in a cage and somebody, attack it, ugh. Yeah. But he didn't need no more. I bet the people wouldn't have sold him to him if they knew he had 16 dogs already and didn't even have a home for the one. Because Casey said she couldn't take hers because the apartment wouldn't let her have it.
Right.
So I'll bet not.
I'm getting down. I cannot. Okay.
Thanks for coming up. But yeah. I don't know about the shots and all that, but if anybody ever, if I was going to make some kind of change, I would be going to their county and say, you know what? You need to have a limit on your dogs, be it 6 or 4, or I don't know. I guess it could be like in Southern Girls area property, but nobody needs 16 dogs. Nobody. I mean, that's not good for anybody. That can't be good on Thelma taking care of all them dogs. Would you stop it? Come on, get up here then. Hurry. Get up here. Get up here. Come on. That can't be good on Thelma taking care of all them dogs. And what if she goes to jail? You know, what happens if she goes to jail? Who's going to take care of all them dogs? Our town, I think, has 6. You could have 6. And the county, I don't know about the county. County thinks you're in the country, so you can, but damn, that's hoarder status to me. Sugar Pie says, I have 2 Japanese Akita Inus, and I'm always on alert if we're out. They're powerful dogs and should be in the hands of people who cannot handle the breed. Same with Rottweilers. I don't think he has to be in his county, Bree. Same with Rottweilers. Rottweilers, you have to teach them who is the boss. You cannot let them think that they're the leader of the pack. You have to get their attention. You know, you just have to get their attention and know from go that you're the boss. I don't know about any other dog, but we've had 2 Rottweilers now, and I met Joe when he had Bella, the one he had for 13 years. So she was already, you know, calm and mellow, you know. But this one we got it as puppy. Everything I looked up about training her is you have to let her know who's the boss. I love that Shannon's video. In case y'all didn't watch it, someone dropped the link to Shannon's video. This is a dog. See, it has papers. That was the greatest. That was so funny. But, you know, and if he's just giving away these Akita Rottweilers, that tells me somebody got together, mixed together. Somebody's peanut butter got in somebody's chocolate, and they, you know, didn't mean for them to breed. Yeah, Bree. That was hilarious. If you'll have to, these are dogs. These are humans. They breathe. They have a heartbeat. You know, they're not elves on the shelves, you know. Thank God Kentucky has mild weather. The first time I hear there's a snowstorm in Kentucky, though, I'm going to be sad because I'm just a person that says your dogs belong in the house. I know there's a lot of people that say dogs don't belong in the house, but I'm the kind of person that says your dog belongs in the house. I'm not even the kind of person that could say my dog could be kenneled overnight. My dog sleeps where I sleep. If that means 4 of them on my bed, 4 are on my bed. But, you know, just hearing how many dogs they had makes my dumb ass feel bad about Thelma again. But then I'm thinking, you know, why should I? Because she's such a sassy little bitch. And she's just as arrogant as Jimbo is. And there's no reason to feel sorry for him. Just like she said on live the other night, well, I'm going to try to say this without crying. That was fake as fuck. Not unless he was Mexican, purposeful fighting or whatever. Just an idea. Yeah, I heard him say one time before with Judo's pup, the batch that Judo had, he said one of the mama, the daddy dog got out, and I'm thinking it was the Akita, but I'm not sure. Mama dog or daddy dog got out and got in the kennel with the other dog, and that's how those puppies came out. Shannon said that's why Sticky Brown can have 72 cats. Kentucky isn't real worried about hoarded animals, right? Did she really, Kate? I must have missed that. Tears for the donos, right? Especially, you know, when it comes on. It was. There we go. I forgot what I said right now already. Yeah, it was the Akita. Yeah. And it was the Akita that got out. And that's what Jimbo said. He said, I asked about the channel a couple of times, but they were, or did I say? No. Jody did miss it up here. Yeah, Mom's channel. Jody wants to know everybody's opinion on Yeah, Mom's channel. I haven't really seen her channel except for just putting out those calls of Ernie's. I didn't watch her live, so I really don't know. I just seen the calls of Ernie's. And I hope she's putting out the whole call, not the toot its way out of the pen. Yeah, that's what it said. He can't. He tried to do that. And Thelma had to do it. And that's what he said. I'm calling the cops. I'm calling the cops. I'm calling the cops. You know, could you imagine his rental history? knowing already that maybe he's possibly lost his Social Security and that, he's crippled up. Where the hell would you move that they let you have that many dogs? You're going to have to sell them. That would devastate me. How could you love them and say you love them like you love them and then just sell them like they're cattle? Even with cattle, that's why I'm not a farm girl. I cannot feed something that I talk to every day. I clean house for a lady that has cattle, and her cattle, I swear they're not, but it sure sounds like it. When they move, they are right there by the kitchen window. And when I go to clean, they come out and talk to me all the time. And I'm like, even that close, I couldn't eat them. But I can eat hamburger. Kinsugi said, Judo, how old's your pup? Oh, where'd I see that at? And how old is your pup? So it sounds like your pup's sister had this litter, probably. Or maybe the mama dog. I don't know. I think what they said was they had 3 Akitas and 3 Walks. Hell, I don't know. But it's too much. It's just too much. I mean, I bet if you track that litter, just track a litter, Jimbo, and see how many end up in the shelter. Well, this litter here, he said, come get him. So I hope he doesn't. And he's just the kind of person that would do exactly that. The same way they can leave them caged. They don't love anything except the money. Right? I couldn't. He'll be 2 the day after Christmas. Hugo said, same way Meat Flop says she cares for her family. Yeah, no wonder Thelma looks so rough. Right. And I'm sure Jimbo says that Thelma takes care of all the dogs. Thank you, Blame Scabies, for the $4.99 super chat. Constance is bannovating like Katie and Bird. All are hoarders. Oh, prove it. Receipts, or shut it. Got it? It's that easy. Just like Jimbo and Ernie said, I caught Jimbo saying this. It's just that simple. It's just that simple. I thought at one point he bragged about $1,000 a pup. I thought he did too, but I didn't want to overextend it because I wasn't real sure. But yeah, I know they're making bank with them pups. And was El Bandito a boy and was Milo a girl, Katie, I gave up for asking. I'm going to say receipts or it didn't happen. Receipts or it didn't happen. Just like they said, I was a hoarder. Receipts or it didn't happen. Okay, let's get back to this because we're only 25 minutes into it.
Thrown down on top of them. And I know that none of those people want to take any of that into consideration because it's easier and it's more fun and it makes them feel better about themselves to sit up there and talk about the fact that he was willing to sell some of his personal items to raise money. Did people donate without getting anything?
Okay, and for that, it makes people feel better about themselves. I don't feel one way or another. It's not like I'm having a bad day and I go to Jimbo's channel. Oh, this makes me feel better about myself. No, I don't feel one way or another. That's an overused expression. And the shit he's selling? The shit he's selling is possibly that shit that everybody talks about, Thelma, going in there and getting the 5-finger discount, people getting the 5-finger discount, going to the clearance aisle and making up your own tags. I don't think he sold anything near and dear to his heart. If he sold anything, that was just sad fishing, a big old bunch of sad fishing. Yes, everybody gets holy water out, even if she had to pay me. Stupid.
In return, absolutely, because Jimbo has best friends like that.
Jimbo has best friends like that, and the issue that I have with that is how manipulated are they being? Because I'm not going to say I was a best friend, but I was a friend like that. But once I know I'm using the term wrong, but the what are they called? Scientologists. They have a term called coming clear. Well, when I say coming clear, I mean when I see beyond what I was seeing. When I seen that Thelma could turn her tears on, when I seen that Thelma and Jimbo could forgive somebody that put their daughter through so much hell, that's when I came clear. And I never gave Jimbo a dime. Oh, maybe a super chat or two. Just to appease his little pants when he was pissed about Easy. You know, it's like, oh my God, better give him a super chat or he's going to cry, you know, because he was all worried about that. But once you see it, and how many people did he toss and throw away that were best friends? Leslie, Nana C, supposedly me, such a good friend. And I didn't do shit to them people. I didn't do shit to them. The most that they can say is I threw a fit about Nicolina. I didn't do shit to them people. And then they lied about me. Once I seen that they could lie about me, sugar pie too. Once I could see that they could lie about me that easy and forgive Nicolina so easy and cry on a dime so easy, I came clear. So my issue now is I hope that through people saying something and bringing it out, those friends that he keeps using, which is exactly what he does, use, he's absolutely using them, and Judo, it's absolutely using them for an ATM. Because he's supposed to be this big, outstanding person in the community, right? He's supposed to have all these people that love him, everybody will stand up and vouch for him. Why ain't he asking them for bond money? Why ain't he asking them for any money? Why don't any of them have to pay his motel rooms or his daughter's candy? You would have think an outstanding citizen like him could have got his daughter all kinds of candy going around, right? Thank you, Kathy.
Mo has people that have been with him for a while that care. And you know what? A lot of those people would do it for me. They would do it for Nicolina. They would do it for almost any of us who aren't assholes.
Yeah, but should they have to? Should they have to? Should they really have to? Just because they could, they can, and they would. Should they have to? Did anybody ever weigh in about Yeah Mom's channel? Yeah, if I did, I missed it again. JP, that's exactly, I thought that many times too. Without Nicolina's Jimbo's channel was dying. Nicolina's channel was dying. What better way they think to stick it to me? Ah ha ha. We'll stick it to Connie and we'll become friends. That'll really piss her off. Nope, it didn't piss me off at all. It opened my eyes to see how fake everything really was. Absolutely. He didn't say a peep when I docked Skunk Ape. I guess I missed that too.
So they said there's a thing called savings. That's just a bad or a walking bad decision.
It was.
Let's talk a little bit about savings. Not everybody has the luxury of being able to put a lot of money into savings each week.
That's right. This is what I mean. The extremes she went to kiss his ass. People said, you know, you should have put money in savings instead of saying, yeah, or not saying anything at all, but yeah, that's what Jimbo should have done. No, she's got a white knight. Not everybody has the luxury of putting money in savings. No, but if you're broke, you don't buy 2 puppies when you have 16. Exactly that, and he expects his subscribers to pay for it. This was the whole reason for me covering this. The links that she goes to ask Kiss and justify all of this. Of course, we know that chasing, we're not dummies. We all know not everybody has the luxury. Kellick said, stop buying dogs and Pioneer woman junk. Right, that could have been a chunk of savings. Now they're just going to turn around and sell them. And if you're getting $1,000 a dog and you just sold all those dogs, What the hell are you spending your money on? And then Thelma gets up there and goes, I don't care what people say. My boys are going to have $500 pairs of jeans and $300 pairs of shirts. And that's just how it's going to be. The way she gets up there arrogantly says that and then goes to subscribers for money. Did Blame Scabies say something? I just assume Blame Scabies was Nicolina, but I'm not sure. Blame Scabies, are you? Yeah, Mom? I don't know if he has dirt on her or if she's just like me. It's like if she was just dumb like me. You know, dummy. Just she's just dumb. Like, I mean, this is the woman that's going to be in crime scene investigation. She's supposed to decipher if 1 and 1 is 2 or 2 and 2 is 4 and look beyond, you know, it's like, what the hell? Sure probably said Kemper as well. I couldn't believe he just accepted Nick over there after all that Nick said and done with his family. Again, I was shocked. Yeah, I was too, because, you know, he said he wasn't a flip-flopper. He wasn't wishy-washy. He wasn't going to settle. He wasn't giving up his morals. And it's, hi, Nick. They've taught the kids to be irresponsible dog owners. The girl can't have the dog in her apartment. Right. Don't you think that's something they should have asked before they got and bought the dog? Yeah, I can't see Blame Scabies either. So, yeah, it must be a mean girl. Because I would highlight it up here to follow it. But, yeah, what could he do? He couldn't go back on it because then, you know, it would make me right. That's why Nicolina, Jimbo's stuck with Nicolina. There's nothing he can do about it. He's got to kiss her ass. Like Christine coming up on the talking block, Leslie B, Nana C, you know, all this people he's going to throw away because as soon as Nicolina, you know, lowers the boom. The mean girls might know if Yao Mom was real or not. I don't know. Right. If you get approximately $10,000 cash, anybody should be able to put some of that in savings. Right. If you have a littler 12 and 13 and you're selling for $1,000, you should put some of that in savings. Especially, did you hear Nicolina explaining his Jimbo settlement? Well, you know, the lawyer took this much and then he had to pay for the medical. No shit. That's what everybody that gets a lawsuit does. A lawsuit is not a come up. It's to make you whole. It's supposed to make you whole. Notice she didn't speak about his money being taken away for his disability, though, you know. Okay, let's get to this.
I imagine that the majority of people are living paycheck to paycheck.
Or worse.
That's just the times we live in. A lot of people are like,
so do you buy 2 fucking dogs when you have 16 and then expect your subscribers to pay? No. You know what you do? You go buy 2 dogs when you have 16, knowing your subscribers will pay. We're going to be short. Oh, well. Our members will pay for it. We can't go get Molly an extra bag of candy so she has it here at the house because she's 15 and, you know, this is her last year trick-or-treating. And people might, you know, look down their noses at her trick-or-treating. She might not get enough candy. So maybe we should go buy some for Molly. Nah, we'll just get our subscribers to buy it.
lucky if they have $100 in savings. You know that rule about how you should have at least 6 months worth of expenses in a savings account in case something happens. That's what they taught me in school, right? Yeah, that's not the case anymore. The average person does not make enough money.
Peachy says, yeah, Mom is a real person. Nicolina, or that Peachy's had a conversation with her.
To be able to put 6 months worth of expenses into a savings account, especially if it's a 1-income household. I mean, that's just some.
What if you're on a disability income household? Shouldn't you think, God, I'm on disability. I need to put some back. No, let's go buy 2 more dogs. I'd love to know how much those 2 dogs cost. He said, the purebred Rottweilers get $2,400 each. Even crazier.
Hard facts about the world we live in today. So before you go
Another thing
had the
before I
session
forget,
scheduled for yesterday.
Jimbo must not know nothing about a mechanic, about taking a mechanic with you to look at a car or how to mechanic on a car, because he was given River's car. Remember, River just gave her the car. It was a sedan-like car, but it was nice. It had all the bells and whistles. Well, that was free. So you really can't lift a gift horse in the mouth. Take that car and drive it for as long as you can. But they said they couldn't drive it very long. Something broke. There it sat. Okay, so when you have a litter of pups, fix that car. Mechanic ain't that much. Well, we just went out and we bought 4 new cars. We bought everybody a new car. Jimbo got a car. The kids got a car. And everybody's car but Sarah's is dead now. And Sarah's car is on its last leg. Well, where the fuck did you buy all these cars? They haven't lasted, what, 3 months? You had a pickup blow up? And you just had a litter of pups? So fix that pickup. No wonder your shit screws up, because did you hear the brakes on Sarah's car? Instead of getting the brakes fixed, which is a do it at home, do it yourself job for not that much money. Oh, hell no, they're going to run that down to the rotors to where it's a major. Or you know, where the brakes don't work and Jimbo can get another settlement. I don't know. Katie, she makes excuses through this whole video. That's why my live stream is chasing Jimbo's ball sack. She makes most idiotic and just sanctimonious. Okay, like I said, you adjust your lifestyle to fit your finances so that you can have needs met. Yep, but he don't do that because he knows he's got his chat. All those nice ladies that, you know, do care for him. And he's lost a lot. I know I could make a list, but people that just walked away. Because they'd had it with them, you know, putting up money and him not doing anything about it.
Like, everybody was live, and you know, I'm really good at procrastinating. So with a million people being live, and then plus
That's true, Jody.
yesterday was Mini Me's birthday. The day before that was my other daughter's birthday. Today, yes, Live Mama, I can see you. Hello, best friend. Hello, Jamie, Janet.
Jody said, Lion Mom was a real person too, but Nicolina uses her channel. Yeah. I don't think Nicolina's smart enough to FOIA that shit. I don't think she would be, but she might. I'm not saying she won't. But somebody said, where did all that stuff come from that they were selling on how they pay for all that crap they got for sale on Facebook? Well, remember that we've heard from Ernie and other people, not just Ernie Kemper. So don't stand running with Ernie's lies. But, you know, Josh Shanks, James, before he went back over to Jimbo's side, all said that they did the 5-finger discount with, what was his name that died, DW. They were all in that racket game. So you know that when DW died, they had somebody else go in there, steal their shit. It's probably all stolen shit. It's, you know, I can't imagine that it's anything they bought. And if they bought, they shouldn't have. Trader said he changed the story way too much. He has stated for a year. It's even in his intro, $3K $1,000 dog. Now he admit that dog was not $3K. He just can't stop lying. Right. Hey, Bird. Thank you for being here. Priorities, right. Hey, Voices, Lori. Let's see what I'm missing here.
Everybody else coming in. Today's actually my dad's birthday, but he is no longer with us.
Krabby McCrabface. Good thing you brought that up. We may never get this done. So everybody's wondering why Thelma didn't have a bond listed on her thing. Well, I think they both just got a summons to go to court. Or they went in there, and I know it can happen that you could go in and not get a mugshot, not pay a bond at all. What I think happened was Thelma was close to getting off probation. And she, you know, had to pay off money on probation. Well, they wanted her off probation before she got charged again. That way she was off probation and didn't get a probation violation. So I think the money that they rallied up went to her back probation to get her off probation, and she didn't even have a bond. That's my opinion for this next one. But if the court wants to be technical about it, when she took the pup, she was still on probation. So the day that it happened, I don't know if you have to go by the day it occurred or the day that you were charged. But it depends on how Kentucky wants to be. Kentucky wants to be a dick about it. They probably could go back to the day that she took the dog. Right. What about the car that she didn't even licensed to drive yet? I haven't heard about that car, but he did say he bought one. He claimed the car they were driving back from the band camp was breaking down. It sounded like they were hitting rumble strips to me. Did you hear the brakes? In that video where he's stealing the dog? Listen to the brakes. Is that the car that he took? Yeah, and how much Jimbo doesn't have a bit of common sense and is, mechanically inclined in there. Not at all. Because they said they bought all this in July when he got that settlement, and all of them went to shit except for the kid's car. They said they got shot up. Well, hell, they've had a litter of dogs since then. Fix it with that money. Nope, just got a sad fish for his subscribers to do it. And a motel room for Molly's band camp and candy, blah, 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 blah. And one of these days, it's going to be too much for another person. And they're just going to drop and drop and drop because, he'll have the diehards, but there's some good ladies that have awful, awful, awful big hearts. But eventually gets too much. Yeah, that's what I say. Buttercup, he's going to drive them closer to the rotors and then have a bigger problem and spend more money. And then he's probably going to have a car accident and sue somebody for another come up, he thinks.
So, happy birthday in heaven, Daddy. Well, I hope everyone had an amazing weekend and you got to spend some time with your best
Let me skip through some of
friends.
this.
Friends to a lot of other people. So, same old bullshit going on, like nothing new. What do we expect? Blah, blah, blah. But, I mean, it's stuff worth mentioning, worth talking about, because a few days ago, let's just back it up a second, because I'm kind of getting ahead of myself. So I had originally planned that the next time I went live, I was going to address Griff and Team of the Tooth. But they've been kind of put on the back burner because I can make fun of it anytime. There's more pressing issues. So a few days ago, I went into...
There's the more pressing issues like kissing Jimbo's ass and his ball sack.
a chat because one of let's just talk about it for a minute, shall we? Stress is in today. So before you go judging, saying they need to do savings. Well, how much maybe you have in your savings account?
See how much he's kissing his ass?
Would you be able to handle something like that all on your own without having to reach out to friends or family in any way?
I would die and go straight to hell before I asked my subscribers or members to pay it. I would go to my family and my friends, the people that he says that he's got all these big people that love him, everybody knows him. I would definitely reach out to my real life people before I went to strangers as my first go-to. Abso-fucking-lutely. It's called pride. Now, some people might have too much pride to even ask their family or their friends. Mine, it would have to be something awful pertinent for me to ask my family. Really, my family all I have left is an aunt and an uncle and my boys. I would never ask my boys. My aunt, it would have to be something awful, awful pertinent. My friends, I have a best friend. Like if I needed $50, I could say, hey, can you borrow me $50? Yeah, she borrowed me $50, no big deal. If it was anything major, like over 300, no, I wouldn't ask her. I wouldn't put her in that position. I just wouldn't do it. I mean, I don't know what I would do. It would depend on, what it was, but it was just that my kid needed candy or that somebody needed out of jail. Damn straight would I never ask anybody to keep me out of jail. If I got my ass in there, my ass can just sit there or get my ass out. No way would I ask anybody. No way. No. It offends my sensibilities to even think about it. He does take them for granted, big time. Instead of being appreciative, it's expecting. I think I don't know, Justice for Cuddles, I don't even know. Yeah. And you know what? Nana C says, please do remove me from that intro. She's asked for that a long time. It's very shameful. I couldn't do it. No way I couldn't do it. I'd be totally embarrassed. No. Even if someone offered it. No. It's like my StreamYard for $40. If someone offered that, Connie, here, let me pay that for you every month. No. No way would I let someone pay that $40 every month because it's ridiculous. It's not needed. It's ridiculous. And I think they're going to lose a lot of customers doing that because that was quite a chunk and it's just ridiculous. I mean, as long as there's other options out there. I mean, if it was my last option, I don't think so. It was my last option. I would just have to not go live, I guess.
It's unfortunate. But here's the thing. None of you have to let it bother you. You don't have.
Remember, she says that. This is what I mean, sanctimonious. All of you have to remember, you don't have to let it bother you. You don't have to let it bother you. So when you came into Katie's chat and people said things chasing, you don't have to let it bother you, right? The same goes for you. It goes for everybody else. Here in a minute, she's going to whine about something, and I'm going to say, you don't have to let it bother you. You could just log off. Fox needs a golden toilet seat. Please send him each $1. And if you think about it, if each one in here, there's 148 people watching. If everybody sent $1, that'd be $148, and all it would cost us each is $1. I don't know if you can get gold for that, but you could probably get a gold colored one. Rosie said, my mother would be so ashamed of me if I did the crap Jimbo does. I know. My kids. CJ came from true crime, the Summer Wells, and then I think she messed around with Griff for a while, and I think her and Bitty Keys had problems. She used to be really independent. She used to be really unbiased. But then she was in Jimbo's chat and Discord when I was there and talked all kinds of shit on what Nicolina does and did. And, people say, well, you know what? You're over there with people that, did all kinds of shit to you. The difference is people changed and meant it. If I would have not seen a change in any of them people, no way would I be friends with them. Actions spoke louder than words. They didn't just say they were going to change. Things changed. Nicolina still does the same shit she does from day one. So it wouldn't bother her if some of her closest friends started lying on her. Right. Sanctimonious. That's what I mean. I never found a good fitting for sanctimonious, but sanctimonious. It fits. She is, JP. That's just like Trader said the other night. Hell, Mr. Nicolina's going to work on hard working and his money's going to Jimbo. What the hell? I mean, other than a super chat, for, I'm entertained or I like the content, I can't imagine my spouse say, "What'd you do?" "Well, I sent Jimbo some money for Thelma's bail." What the fuck? People on the internet? This is just the internet. What are the odds, that this is going to turn bad? Look what she did to what's his name, Rap. She's giving Jimbo a lawyer advice. I think you should take it to trial. She told Rap to take it to trial too. Okay. Yeah, Mr. Nick supporting Jimbo. Thank you, Bird. See, Bird and I, Bird and I were horrible to each other, and we apologized and got past it. And Bird, that was just a Bird and I thing. Had Bird sent my daughter to counseling, wanted to unalive herself, I wouldn't give Bird the time of day. Church said we have to follow the law, but they on video break the law and get rewarded. Right. And it's on video. I mean, I forget, somebody said, "Are you sure about," I said, "Jimbo was a dog thief," on one of my community posts. And somebody said, "Are you sure of that?" Yeah, there's a video. That was not a crow crying. That was a dog barking. I can't wait if they take that to trial. And then Traders made a video today that said Jimbo and Ernie are the same. Ernie's saying, "Well, I'm going to get my Green Beret outfit on, and all these good men are going to come speak on me." And Jimbo saying, "Well, I'm going to get all these good men to come speak on me." Okay. Then why don't them good people to speak on you paying your bills instead of your subscribers? I think it is a shopping addiction. And wants versus needs. And, like getting the kids $300 shoes, $500 jeans. And Thelma saying shit like, "I don't care what people say. My kids are going to have the best." When she said that, as arrogantly as she said that, knowing that how often they go to their subscribers, was just disgusting. Now, if you make your own money and you want to say that, have all the arrogance you want. But knowing you dip into your subscribers and members quite often, how dare you say that? That was just off-putting as all hell. I thought she was on probation for 5 years too, but I'm not sure. I thought it was 5 years too. But I know some people, they'll say, "Well, you're on 5 years, but we'll let you go if you pay your restitution off. We might cut you loose sooner." I don't know. They don't have a defense for saying that they stole the dog. Had the dog not barked, now I can see if the dog had not have barked, because you really can't tell in that video, and I can't anyway, whether the dog, she helped it in. But the minute that dog barks, before they're pulled out the driveway, busted. Right, Sugar Pie, and that was one of my turning points. I felt so bad. We all cried. We all, said in Discord, people were willing to pay. Kentucky was willing to pay. Many people said, "Here, we will pay for you to sue her, Jimbo." And he wouldn't do it. Now we know why. Not 300. I think the most was 100 and some. My boys had to have for basketball and football shoes. But yeah. Yeah, they're taken from the last from old ladies. Yeah. And I don't know how to say it, except for off-putting and disgusting it is. And what the fuck does Jimbo need $300 or $500 pair of jeans for? That's cringe as fuck. As parents, you don't ever, those days are gone. Gone. With your first kid, those days are gone. Unless you have savings account, all your money paid, all your bills paid, savings account, and to sit. That's what Bert said, to sit. I'm not sure, Katie, but he held him up and bragged about him one time that he had $500 jeans and the boys each had $300 shoes, or maybe it's vice versa, $300 jeans and $500 shoes. But yeah, and there's many videos of Thelma saying, "Last year, This kid got this for 500. This kid got this for 500. And because that's what they wanted. And them kids are going to get what they want, knowing that they dip into their subscribers and their members. It's gross. Wasn't that stupid looking hat a lot? $300 for that stupid hat. Yeah. Yeah, I'll go to a garage sale, Jody. Absolutely. In fact, the other day when everybody was saying, let's make a wish list, let's make a wish list. And I said, everybody needs to make a wish list. You know, it's Christmas. Everybody needs to make a wish list. I went on Amazon and I was like, okay, I'm going to make a wish list, especially, you know, just for curtains and bedding. I looked on there and I was like, oh my God, I wish that there was a thrift store that I could make a wish list for. I wish I could go down here to the local thrift store and say, okay, here's my wish list. Because even that's shocking to me. Rock revivals, Katie. That's what Chaotic says. You can, you know, they'll be grifting for Christmas too. And each birthday, they grifted for one of the daughter's birthday. Tiny, stop it. Okay, let's listen to this.
Have to care what goes on over on that channel. You don't have to care what goes on inside his house or his life or his kids' lives or his life.
Quit it. Tiny. Here's a big thing. You don't have to do it about what goes on in Ernie's life, right? Or what goes on in Ernie's life.
From 30 years ago. It really doesn't have to be any of your business. Would that eliminate some of the aggravation or get rid of some of the bugs of all your asses? Will that help you out a little bit if maybe you just quit caring so much? And I
Quit caring about the children. Don't care if Jimbo's Arbor's runaways. Don't care if Jimbo steals dogs. Don't care if Jimbo has a puppy. Yeah, let's just not care about anything and see where the world gets us. It's the not caring that makes this world go to shit. You need to care. If you honestly think there's a reason to care, go ahead and care. Tracy said, Constance, do you remember the story about the dog for $3,000, but said it was free from an old veteran that couldn't care for it anymore? I heard both of those, right? Yep. And then I wondered, did this veteran that couldn't care for it anymore know it was going to be stuck outside in the cold, in the hot, in a kennel, to be shoved like that? Christmas has got way out of hand. I can't say that I haven't done it with my boys, but towards their end of their teen years, like they're 5 years apart. So I think Dustin was like 16 and Aaron was probably about 11. And I showed them the after Christmas sales and your money, your cash money could go buy you what you want for half the price after Christmas. So that's what we started doing. But they still had stockings.
understand. There are some people over there that go in that chat, some channel holders that have issues with some like one-on-one, some tit for tat issues with Jimbo. I get it. Y'all are going to handle it how you see fit. And I even said that in her chat the other day. I was like, look, I don't have anything to do with any of this. I will be supportive of my friends, but if all of you want to rip each other's throats out, go right ahead.
So if we want to rip each other's throats out, go right ahead. Then what the hell was this live ass kissing for? Does that make any sense? Let us rip each other's throats out.
I've said that before. It doesn't mean that I'm taking one side over the other. 9 times out of 10, none of you are going to know whose side I take.
Really? Now, since we've watched this and heard this, Did she take in one side or the other? And do you really believe 9 times out of 10, you're not going to know whose side I'm taking? I might just start a poll. Whose side is Chasing taking? Ridiculous.
Because I don't do all this shit out here for the whole world to see, especially if I actually have any real respect or compassion or even consider you a friend. I'm definitely not going to fight with you out in public. I'm going to respect you enough that if we have issues, we'll deal with that shit one-on-one, and then we'll just go on about our business. I don't go out here and throw the shit that I know up in people's faces and, rub their noses in it like, dog. Enough's enough. Can you imagine? Okay, now they're picking on his early onset dementia. Okay, and some of the people who are laughing and making fun and calling him a liar and all that stuff were actually part of that channel, like a year ago when the whole brain fog issue started becoming apparent, when Thelma started getting concerned about the brain fog. They were all sitting over there and they were sympathetic at that.
We were. I was real sympathetic at the time. You know what's changed? I seen Thelma do it all for show. I seen Thelma say she could turn on the tears. And I've seen, she said that it was early onset, not dementia. It was Alzheimer's. It's what she said. If I'm remembering right, it was Alzheimer's. Just a minute. I've got to plug this computer in. Yeah, I'm muted. Just a minute.
That point, but now they're not allowed to be, so they're making fun of it. Do all of you realize that stress is one of the number one things that can exacerbate or speed up things like dementia and Alzheimer's? Did y'all?
2 suggestions in Chasing. 1, log the fuck off. Or 2, don't be such an arrogant ass. If Jimbo was humbled, if Jimbo was humbled or just wanted shit to end, I bet his life would be a lot less stressful. But no, he sits over there and and eggs it on, talks like he's the biggest shit, that he can't be touched, So he asks for a lot of the stress on his own. I promise you, send my daughter to therapy for one to unalive herself, and you'll never see me on here again. That's crazy to me that they allowed that to happen and are still on here being arrogant. And he'll say, well, my Stan family loves me so much I can't leave. Really? Compared to your daughter and your real family. So you're going to let them suffer just so your Stan family. Yeah. You know what happens when you leave, you got to pay your own bills.
Y'all know that? I bet you didn't, because you probably didn't research it, just like you didn't research that Rottweilers have been a registered breed since 1931.
And I bet you didn't care enough to pay attention that that's not what was said in chat.
If you guys can hop on a device and look up people's personal information, or find bad pictures of everyone, or create memes about people, then why can't you get on your device and just take a little initiative and double check some facts?
Well, all you had to do was double check what was said in the chat, that you were right there. Sanctimonious.
So,
So,
I'm 49 and I used to have a memory like an elephant. I was near photographic. I could remember everything, and I'm still very good at memorizing things. But I do have moments where I'm just like, what the crap? I can't remember. It happens.
not being able to remember is not the same as Alzheimer's. It's not the same as dementia. If Jimbo legit has early onset dementia, he needs to give up his license. Until he gives up his license, I'm going to call bullshit on Thelma and his story. It's all for sympathy. Sad fishing.
No, dementia is nothing to joke about. And you know what? Even if you don't believe that he was diagnosed with that, or you don't believe that it's true, can you not keep your opinion to yourself?
No. The name of my channel is Constance Sue has something to say, so I'm going to say it. Hey, Jen. No. Can you keep what you to yourself? Can you not keep it to yourself, Chasing? No. So I'm not going to keep it to myself, what I have to say. Nope. That's why we have platforms.
I understand the whole free speech and this and that, but this is where we start getting into the hate bonding thing. Okay, because this channel where I got these lovely comments from, they
Talking about Katie's channel.
really claim that they're not doing any of this hate bonding stuff. Let's talk about hate bonding. Let's just talk about it for a minute.
And Soothing Queen Ashley, Sanctimonious, says, Katie better hope she never has to deal with it with her grandparents. It's sad because I deal with it on a daily basis with my grandmother. Really, Queen Ashley? So you deal with it a daily basis with your grandmother. So you're going to say, you're not going to say shit about Jimbo using it like Ernie used cancer? Why is he still driving, Queen Ashley? Why is he still driving? Does that concern you, Queen Ashley? Would you let your grandma drive? Does your grandma drive, Ashley? Or is this just more of Jimbo's sad fishing bullshit?
Shall we?
Dead air, not mine.
You can't hear me? Can you hear me now? Okay. All right. So I can't go back and read, but I will post links to the articles that I looked up this morning. But the reason people choose to bond together over hate and things like that, the number one reason, the simplest way to put it, is it makes them feel better, whether it's feel better about themselves or feel better in relationships with other people,
Take notes.
because they think, okay, well, since me and this person have all these dislikes towards this other person, then that's going to give us a stronger relationship.
What in the utter fuck is she even talking about? That much thought has not gone through my head a day being on here. That's what I say. Hate bonding. It probably there's probably a term like that, but I don't think it pertains to anything on YouTube. It's not that deep. I don't go on here and think, well, she'll say something here in a minute. Well, I'm feeling half of a person. And if you're feeling half of a person, let's both get on here and hate this person, then we'll feel whole. I can imagine coming on there and saying, now I feel whole. I only feel of a half a person. No, you're talking shit about a bitch. I'm talking shit about a bitch. Let's talk shit about a bitch together. It's just that simple. Jesus. It's just sanctimonious.
Kind of like trauma bonding. People will bond over
No,
a trauma. They're
no.
both broken and they're looking for something to fill that void. So you take two halves of a person and of two different people, and then you put it together, and then you feel like you're whole again.
Isn't that the most ridiculous shit you ever heard of? When I met any of you, did you feel like now I'm whole? Whenever we go to traders and talk shit, does any of you go on there and go, now I'm whole? I was searching with my lost half and now I am whole. That's what I couldn't understand, Kate. I was like, what the fuck is he even talking about? It's not that deep. It's YouTube. Talking shit. That's where it should stay. She's talking shit. I'm talking shit. We're all talking shit. You don't like this bitch. I don't like this bitch. Hey, let's get together and talk shit. She's just making it way more sanctimonious than it has to be. The ass kissing and the justification of this whole video was just more than I could let go by.
Yes, it does make them feel justified. But what you have to remember,
Okay.
is YouTube is all fun and games until someone gets hurt.
Right.
And it's to the point now where, despite the fact that none of you like Jimbo, or none of you like Kimber, or none of you like me, or anyone else over at the stand, there are people getting hurt.
No
It's
shit.
the freaking holiday season, you
No
guys.
shit.
I mean, do you really? I keep hearing over and over, well, Bird and Ghost only took that trip for awareness. They weren't going to harass anybody. It was just for awareness. Awareness of what?
Could she be so dumb? To this date, she wants to say, awareness of what? Awareness of what? Oh, I don't know, Chasing. What do you think? You watched the whole thing. What do you think it was for?
awareness of the fact that he married a child 30 years ago, we
Yes,
all know. Do you think any
you all might know, but maybe his neighbors didn't know. Maybe his fellow basketball players didn't know. Maybe the children's parents didn't know. We all might know. And you know what? There's a lot of we that still don't know.
of those people that got those flyers lost any sleep the night that they opened their mailbox and that flyer?
We don't know, do we? But at least Burden and an evil ghost did their part. If it opened one eyes, zero eyes, no eyes. At least they did their part.
Was there. But y'all are all fine, with people losing jobs. You think it's a win. It's a win for you because all the people in the audience stand up and cheer.
No. If a person lost a job because of it, that meant somebody wasn't aware of it until they were made aware of it by Ghost and Bird. So not everybody obviously knew. If everybody knew and no one lost a job, then it would be no big deal. But if someone lost a job, that tells you right there, somebody didn't know.
And yay, you did it. Okay.
Nobody that I seen was over here going, yay, you did it. I don't remember any of us, not one of us going, yay, you did it. Yay, Bird. Yay, yay, Ghost. Yay, you did it. Yeah, and Jimbo bragged about how many subs he got off of that. Pick a lane.
Congratulations.
Pick a lane.
Are you going to be standing up and cheering if the same thing happens to you?
I will stand up and cheer the day I marry a 12-year-old and someone tells my boss about it and I get fired. Then you'll have a point. Not many of us married a 12-year-old, though, so there's that.
He was a child by himself, and everyone keeps going over the definition of a pedophile is, okay, we know already.
Then what's the problem?
But that wasn't that.
That wasn't that. I had to concede to traders that the definition is exactly that. Let me see if I can get it right here. Definition of. Now, traders and I argued this point, and I had to concede to her. Trying to think of the website, though, I went to. Well, this one right here. Pedophilia is a psychiatric disorder. Let me make sure you can see that. Let me zoom in. Oh, when I zoom it out. Pedophilia is a psychiatric disorder in which an adult or older adolescent experiences a primary or exclusive sexual attraction to prepossessing children. It's characterized by sexual fantasies, urges, or behaviors involving sexual activity with children generally age 13 or younger. And you go down here and read it. I wish I could find the one that I looked at. Did we do the DSM-5? I don't remember. But the one that I read, two traders that day, we were arguing, it said, with a greater age difference of 5 years. So 17 and 12 was pedophilia. Now, do I still think that? No. I don't think Jimbo was a pedophile. I think he was a predator. I think he was a creep. But I still don't, because I, myself, don't consider him a pedophile.
And for those of you who have children who are still in school,
hey, Viper,
or for those of you who have had children that have gone through high school, you know that the average age of a freshman is,
Oh, watch this reach. Watch this reach. I'll rewind it.
that the average age of a freshman
Is how old? What's the average age of a freshman? I'm pretty sure I was 14. I thought I was 14 when I think when I was a freshman. Now listen to this.
is like 13 years old. 13, 14, somewhere around there. Let me think of when I was a freshman. I was 12 in 7th grade. I was 13 in 8th. So yeah, I was 14 by the time I was a freshman in high school. Now, I was kind of an awkward child. So I'll be honest, I wasn't having a lot of boyfriends in 9th grade. Plus, I wasn't allowed to. But if you think for 1 second that there aren't 12 and 13-year-old girls out here that are sexually active or that have that, they have boyfriends who are like 15, 16 years old.
Not 17. Notice she couldn't even bring herself to say 17. You know what? I wonder if Viper remembers this. When I first met Viper, he was on Savage's panel, and I was chasing justice. And I was sitting here justifying this shit the exact same way she is. And when I look back at this and think of how I justified it, I'm embarrassed and I'm disgusted. Absolutely. I'll admit it. Dead air's hers.
Now, Fluffy, am I back or no? I don't know what to do. Someone let me know if you can hear me. Okay. So,
see, the comments like this doesn't help Jimbo at all. Do you see what I have highlighted? It says, half of them over there had kids at 14, 15, and 16. When do you think they started being active? With adults or their peers, Jimbo? It makes a difference. That right there is why I no longer felt sorry for him. He brings on everything he gets, he brings on.
to act like it's just unheard of that a 12 or a 13-year-old girl would have a boyfriend that's much older is just crazy. You are living under a rock and you need to come out of it because it happens more often than you think.
That doesn't mean it's justified or correct. I said almost the same thing. I said I was a 12-year-old girl that lied to the boy that said she was 17. Just because I justified it does not make it correct. It's disgusting. The guys that preyed on me needed help just as much as Jimbo. I was 12 years old, for fuck's sake.
Now,
so it sounds like she's justifying it.
Me say this in big flashing red letters. This does not mean that I am saying that it is okay.
Really? Because it sure sounds like it. Here's a little comment from Nicolina. I'll put it in the chat. I lost my virginity at 14. Well, good for you, Nicolina. YouTube rejected my comment. But you can see it highlighted over here, what Nicolina said.
I don't agree with it. I would not let my daughter just turned 11 yesterday. I would not let my daughter go out with a 17, 16-year-old. But here's the good news. I don't have to agree with what he did 30 years ago, and I don't have to let it affect my personal life. I
Nor do you need to have to stand on a white knight for it.
don't have to lose one wink of sleep over.
None of this stuff, Chasing. You don't have to lose one wink of sleep over any of this. Not what was said in Katie's chat. Nothing. So why are you here?
Right? I don't even have to remember that it took place on a daily basis because it just doesn't matter in the here and now.
Tell Jimbo that.
So stop acting like, it never happens. And I know that if you don't have children.
No one said it never happens. What we're saying is it shouldn't happen. And the more that he justified it and lied about it, means he knew it was wrong.
Or you've never had to experience anything like that, you might not realize how common it is. But yes, it's very common. And you guys are wanting to put all this blame on his shoulders. I have always been of the opinion that it was the parents, both sets of parents, that should have the majority of the blame on them. Because even at 17 years old, his parents could have said, no way.
He could have said, no way.
You're not doing this right now. Her parents.
You know why Jimbo didn't say no way? We've seen that picture of him. He'd finally got a girl that was interested in him. And he didn't think he's going to get anyone else because he was a nerd. He says he was playing basketball. I do not believe that for a minute. I'd have to see some high school books saying Jimbo Collins on the basketball team. Tina says, hey, Queef Ashley, how do you take care of your grandmother every day and act as Liz Gaspari, alleged assistant in public relations? Yeah, I wasn't down until I was 16 either. Didn't mean I did it. If she's trying hard to be CSI, she's failing because she's not even putting one and one to two to be right. She's not having a reasonable deduction of anything. I do choose that. Oh, yeah, you heard the boys talk about it all the time, jailbait.
Parents should have said, no way. You're not doing this right now. Jimbo knows that everyone should have said, no way. This isn't going to happen right now. But to sit there, Katie, and say, well, would you want to tap that all 500-pound back titty, blah, blah, blah? Is that necessary?
To put it in context, abso-fucking-lutely. Absolutely.
Like, you guys take this shit next level, and then you get pissed when someone takes something next level about you. This whole crap about having Polaroids. You all know that was full of shit. That was bullshit. You know it. But y'all will still go call law enforcement and everyone else who will listen and say, well, he's admitted to having naked Polaroids of an.
Who would think that somebody would troll about naked Polaroids? If the man said he had them, something needs to be reported. Let the law settle it out.
Underage child. No. It was said because he knew that everyone was going to pluck that out and run with it. And
he knew everybody was going to pluck that out and run with it. Then he's mad when people pluck it out and run with it. There's just some things you don't troll about, especially if you got the early dementia and the stress is causing you so bad. The last thing you do is use a troll about Polaroids. This is what I mean. I couldn't believe she was up here justifying every last thing, kissing ass, chasing the ball sack is all I could think of when I made my title. It was unreal. She's getting a master's in crime. What'd she say earlier? Death investigation. When someone dies, she's going to go investigate how they died. When she can't even put 1 and 2 together on YouTube.
He's right. To this day, everyone's still running with it. And then
as well they should be. And can you blame them?
And you say things like, well, for him to even say that is disgusting, and it shows what kind of person he is.
It does. Tiny.
Well, okay. What does it say about you guys when you say other things that imply that, someone is interested in children? Because you guys say some foul shit too.
I've never heard some foul shit about a minor come out from anybody on this side.
But to sit up on your pedestals and act like, oh my goodness, how I can't believe these people are so vile. Look what they're doing to me. Look what they're saying about me. There's a rant going on about him right now. I wanted to listen, but I needed to come live because I've already rescheduled a lot. So here we are. Yes, he was responding to a smart ass comment with a smart ass answer. And if someone...
And then he stresses about the heat he gets. That's my point. Jimbo causes his problems. He was arrogant about it. He lied about it. And now he's trolling with it. What the hell? It's his own doing.
I respond in a smart ass way all the time. I'll say stuff intentionally to see if people will take it and run.
And
because
then
I know how it works around here. And honestly, how would it improve your life if the stand were to shut down today? Give me 3 examples of how the world would be a better place.
There's your homework, chat. 3 ways the world would be a better place if the stand shut down right now. Well, as for me, I wouldn't have to worry about dogs being kidnapped, dogs being cold, dogs being sold, dogs ending up in shelters, dogs ending up being abused, dogs getting ate. Not that it would stop it, but if it was there, if he wasn't on there for me to see, that'd make my world better. No way, Dallas. You're right. Not even on an 8-man, No, this isn't the same chick that's in love with Shelby. That was cray cray. This is chasing justice. This is the one that had the big old problem with Benny a long time ago. Benny always said she was full of shit. She was lying. Hey, Mindy. There's one. There's 2.
Oh, someone asked that? Oh, wow.
So, Jamie Cat says over here, they leave out the fact that Pajama Cat asked what a 12-year-old's private looked like. I don't know what the hell that's even about. Because I don't know who Pajama Cat is. Everyone, I don't know, but it's disgusting. Chasing ignorance, yeah. No more begging for money. A lot of people can keep their pockets, right.
Oh, ew, I hate the smell of Windex. So it always turns into personal attacks. I mean, not just attacks on him now, right? You're attacking the whole
There's another
family.
one.
And I know that there are people that...
Oh, yes, the whole family. See, that's what got my heartstrings. They're attacking the whole family. That's what got my heartstrings. But then you see Thelma saying she can cry on a dime. You can see her up there lying about Jimbo. You see her, forgiving Nicolina for sending her daughter to therapy for wanting to unalive herself. And now we're back to the when we need money again. Oh, Jimbo has a dementia. Not knowing the correct mention of dementia because Thelma's not that bright. Yeah. And the sad fishing. Read yours. Katie said. Go over here. Dang, I missed a lot. I see that one. Nobody has said that shit. Above that one. What I miss? Let me see Katie's. Read mine. Okay, now look above that. Am I missing it? I don't see it, Katie. You might have to type it again. I hope it's not a lot. She's getting a mastering sucking. Is it before that? This is beyond weird. Is it before that? You have to type again, Katie. I can't find it. No, I want to hear what you said. Type it again. Oh, yeah, you might have used a blocked word in it. I don't know. They said there. Right beneath it. See those. Got the master's degree. It's beyond cringe. He said it. We got too far. I guess I'm missing it completely because I can't see it, Katie. I can't see it. Keep going. You just did. I feel like I'm playing that game on, is it past that? Yeah, her research, sucked bad. There's chasing. I actually didn't abandon school. I said I took a break from covering true crime on YouTube. Just want to clarify for that, Jody. Going back to Netflix now. Have a great night. It's blocked. It's not coming. Yeah, it must be blocked. Okay. Well, again, this is for you. Casey, if you want to come up and talk about this. I just don't understand how you can be so condescending and sanctimonious about the advice could go either way.
Like I said, that had one-on-one issues with him, and they're going through their own stuff together. They're going to handle it the way they handle it. I don't have to agree with them. I don't have to agree with the way Jimbo handles it. I don't have to agree with the way Kemper does it. I don't have to agree with the way Nicolina does it. And you know what? If it's a big enough issue, then I'll voice my concern to them. But if it's not, I'm not going to say shit. You know why? Because I know how it's going to play out.
She's sitting here saying shit. Okay.
And I know that no matter what any of the people that I get along with does, the person on the receiving end is probably going to do something just as bad, if not worse.
No,
Like I've
no.
said many times, all I can do is be here to support my friends if they need me. But don't y'all get tired of talking about this?
I remember when I was told that the only reason that 12 is 12 got brought up is because of me. If I would just quit defending Jimbo, if I would just let it go, nobody would ever talk about it. Remember all that? Peachy said she just said she knows what will happen if she speaks her mind to her friends. Basically, she's owning up to the fact that she's spineless.
Does it not get exhausting to have I mean, shit, production needs a raise. If they're the ones that are sitting around having to watch every little.
That goes out to Archivist Tina, because she's the one on y'all side that records every fucking thing, and you all walk all over her just like you did Nana C.
Little thing to try to get all this stuff, maybe you need to set guidelines of what comments and stuff you want production to actually pick up on, because a lot of the stuff that I see brought to the forefront is just nonsense. It's smart ass comments that probably aren't researched, that are, they're just twisted and turned, and life is
They sure
short.
did, Katie.
Life is really short. And this shit, another thing, while I have it on my mind, and then we'll get back to this, because I saw her in here earlier, making fun of Curious Idea. I've heard that go on a lot lately. I've heard people, criticize her drinking and telling her to go take a drink and saying that she's drunk. And okay, I don't know if she herself has ever said anything about Curious, but the fact that she suffered the same.
Oh, but stalking my grown children and talking about my grown children, lying about my grown children is okay. But let's not speak about her addiction. Fuck that. Fuck that. I didn't know about her addiction until she said something on YouTube. I kept it on YouTube. So fuck her. She's the one that contacted my boys. So fuck her. No, she's talking about Curious Idea. And then she's talking, but I think she's talking about you after this, about you having your addiction. Let me replay it, because yeah, she's talking about Curious Idea, but I think she is talking about you. Let me rewind it to make sure, though. Stop it, you two.
Because I saw her in here earlier, making fun of Curious Idea. I've heard that go.
I'm not sure who she's talking about, Katie, because she said she saw you in there earlier, or she saw her in there earlier. So I don't know if she's talking about you or somebody else. We might have to listen more to figure it out. Me too, Zep. Absolutely, Melissa. Keep going, okay.
Go on a lot lately. I've heard people. And this shit, another thing, while I have it on my mind, and then we'll get back to this, because I saw her in here earlier, making fun of Curious Idea. I've heard that go on a lot lately. I've heard people, criticize her drinking and telling her to go take a drink and saying that she's drunk. And Okay. I don't know if she herself has ever said anything about Curious, but the fact that she suffered the same um uh, Terry the fag Caldwell, I think you need a job.
So she said the name there, but I don't know. I don't know what it was. Let me replay it again.
Uh, Terry the fag Caldwell.
Terry the Fag Caldwell. Terry the Fag Caldwell. I don't know who that is. That's who she's talking about. But yeah, a comment was just brought up to me. How many times did they make fun of bird drinking? Guilty. Yep, and they did the same thing to Sharan.
I think you need a job.
I don't know who that person is.
The fact that she allows people in her chat to say something about it or on her panel, that's kind of gross to me. And this is my opinion. Nobody has to feel the same way that I do. The reason I'm not cool with making fun of people's issues with alcohol or drugs, especially if they're in recovery, is because I'll be damned if I'm going to have to try to live with myself should something I say push them to drink or to use one more time.
But she don't care if this whole life kissing Jimbo's ass causes somebody that's been abused to contemplate bad things about themselves.
That's just my opinion. I don't want that on my shoulders. So think about that. Now,
No.
don't get me wrong, because I have made fun of like my neighbors across the street. They're friggin' tweakers. They do
That's
things
it.
like wear sombreros at 5 o'clock in the morning. Their power has been out for almost
Hey, Katie.
Hey, I'm back. Okay, this like preaching projection shit is a little bit much. It's a little extra. I'm not totally sure what the point of this whole thing was, but since she wants to bring up my addiction and curious ideas, first of all, I have never made fun of her addiction, okay? Ever.
I have.
I think she is a total bitch. I think she is very mean. I think she's very mean spirited. Okay. I have made suggestions before to her that I have suggested that she works a program. I have suggested that she doesn't use this as another addiction. And I just, from my own experience, I've said that. Now she wants to say, oh, I don't, it's not cool. I don't like that people say that kind of shit on her panel. I'm not aware of anyone saying that shit on her panel. And if they do say that, if they do think that she's drunk or high, that's them thinking she's drunk or high. Lord knows how many people sit over there on your side thinking I'm drunk or high or something. Like, fuck off with that shit. Okay. I'm not going to allow somebody to come up and slander. Okay. Just like how you are completely overlooking the fact that Geppetto says all that nasty ass shit about me, Ghost, Peach, Bert, all those people. And Satan does the same thing. So just like, please stop that. Stop this shit. Like, I don't like curious ideas. She said that I'm probably scared of those guys over there because they have a revenge porn on me. Bitch, please. Okay? Like, what happens with me in the sobriety thing is not what you're making it out to be. Okay? I don't give a fuck if she's sober or not. It's none of my fucking business. If she wants to drink herself to death, fine. Bye. If she's sober, awesome. Bye. It's a personal thing. It's no one's business, okay? Get over it. It's words. The sanctimonious shit is like out of this world. And
I
no,
couldn't
I
find
don't
a
make
better
fun of,
fitting word.
I don't, it's like, yeah, that is word of the month, okay?
Mhm.
This whole, the projection, the preaching is very strange to me because she's literally preaching at people that don't do any like to the degree of what the people that she's talking to do, that the
Right.
people that she's simping for do. None of us over here have ever talked about children in that capacity. Are you crazy? And she's
Nope.
saying, oh, it's not, it's normal, it's you know, it's a thing, it's a thing that, you know, you can be 12 and marry a 17. That's not a thing, okay? That is not a thing. That's fucking gross and weird, okay? It's not a thing. She's trying to normalize all of this taboo, gross, disturbing type of shit. Stop that.
Yep.
Stop it. Right is right and wrong is wrong. She spent, how long is her live? 2 hours? 2
Yeah, 2
hours of
hours.
just trying to make nonsense out of nonsense. Like it
And I'm not
is,
even an hour in.
yeah, I mean, this is just crazy. She is literally trying to like make sense out of something that is so delusional and nonsensical and completely societally abnormal and taboo for most people around here, that I don't understand this. I thought that she was, I'm sorry, girl, but like the level of intelligence when it comes to you making these arguments up here is just unbelievably substandard, subpar. And I really, really hope that you sit down, maybe later re-listen to this and see what a lot of people are also seeing in how you're explaining this and making excuses for this dude. Because, bro, you can't, like, there's no excuse. You just got to let this be and leave it alone. This wasn't a good idea to come out here and simp like this. I'm just, in my opinion, but like, fuck Curious Ideas and her, like, just fuck everyone's sobriety. It's not anyone's business.
Yep.
Okay.
And had she not brought it to YouTube and let me know that she cared about it, I would have, I would have never known about it. I could have never used it against her. But once she
Right.
contacts my grown children and stalks my grown children the way she stalked my grown children, fuck her sobriety.
Curious Idea did that?
Yeah, she's the one that contacted my boys. And she's the one that said, Connie, I'm just 2 degrees of separation from your boys. Ain't that right, Connie? Ain't that right, Connie? I have a good
What
friend
the
of which
fuck? So yeah, fuck her. Don't
Yeah.
fucking mess with people's families. Stop it. Don't
She
mess
tried
with
to dox
people's
me.
families. Don't threaten people's families. Don't call people's children. Leave them the fuck alone, everybody. So yeah,
Yeah,
you
and
can
they're
fucking
grown.
say fuck her sobriety. Like fuck anyone's
Yep.
sobriety. Fuck my sobriety. Because it's nobody should care about who's getting teased about their sobriety. It's a thing, it's personal. Like if it bothers somebody that much, they need to get offline and go work their program a little bit harder, because none of these people on here should affect how you feel about what you're doing in your real life. Okay, again, that's why I said, like, months and months ago, I was like, I hope that she is, I'd encourage her to work a program and not get involved in this YouTube shit, because in early sobriety, this is the kind of stuff that will turn into, a substitute addiction. And this is just as toxic. It's toxic mentally. If you're trying to stop drinking, this is not the place to be, because it makes you emotionally psycho. Like everyone on here is a little bit bent in a way upstairs, so imagine somebody newly sober trying to, I just, yeah, I feel like I'm preaching, but I'm really not. I'm really trying. I'm sitting here, doing my best, trying to understand where she's coming from, because I do try to listen from other people's point of views, and I am just not seeing it. I'm not seeing it. And I don't like being brought up in all this shit. Like, I have given my reasons. I have a rhyme and a reason behind every single thing I do on here. every single thing I do. And I have no problem answering for it. And I have no problem showing a receipt. And I have no problem being wrong. But just this lack of like the dot, this is like rebel connecting dots up here. I'm very confused. This is like a rebel type of like preachiness. Okay, I'm for real. I'm getting down again. Okay.
Well, thank you for coming up.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Yeah, she thought she doxed me. She said, I know you live in a town with more cows than people. The tallest building in your town is a grain elevator. Yeah, I've said before, Dot City, Kansas, it's no big deal here. But when she said, your boys know a friend of mine, I could talk to your boys, and it just got real creepy. Huh, Connie? It was like, yeah, you creepy bitch. You just stay away from my boys. So fuck her sobriety. Okay, back to this.
The month, so they run a generator all night long. I've had to call the police on them before. Their house just got raided a couple of months ago. I mean, yes, I call them tweakers and I talk about them like that's what I refer to them as. Yesterday, I was out walking because I walk every day, and there was a syringe laying on the side of the road. I know where it came from. My children walk down that street. My 11-year-old and her friend walked down.
There's a link to her live stream.
If there's someone actively using, or if there's someone that is protesting saying, oh no, I've never done this or I've never done that, but they're showing all the behaviors, yeah, in a joking manner, I'll be like, oh, you're staying up all night on YouTube because you're tweaking. We've all said that. But if there is someone that I know for a fact that is trying to do better and get clean or stop drinking and, fight those demons, I'm not going to be the one to make fun of them. I'm not going to be the one to say, go have another drink. And curious idea, if you're still listening, I hate that has been done to you, and it's done to you quite often. So just know that my grandfather was an alcoholic. I unfortunately never got to meet him because when he tried to turn his life around, of course, this was many, many years ago, he was put in a sanitarium and he never made it out. His alcohol abuse killed him. So, I had another family member who really struggled with addiction, and it wasn't, luckily he was able to get his life right before he was hit and killed by a drunk driver. Hopefully the drunk 17-year-old who hit and killed him has found a way to turn his life around. You have to stop and think that some of the things that come out of your mouth that you say to people, just because you've said them, it's done and over with for you, doesn't mean that it's done and over with for that other person.
The hell you say? Sanctimonious. Who's she preaching to? I think she should be preaching to her own choir first. Get your own choir in order and then, preach to the next choir.
You don't know how long those words are going to stick with them or affect them, or
Amen.
what they're going to do when they have 50 people saying the same horrible stuff. None of you have to like Jimbo. You don't. None of you have to watch his content, visit his channel. Wouldn't it be easier if you just separated yourself from it? Imagine if, just for a second, clear your head, clear it all out, take a deep breath and exhale. Just for a second, think about how much different it would be if you woke up one morning and just said, you know what? I don't care what someone did 30 years ago.
I wake up every day not caring what somebody did 30 years ago. But if the son of a bitch is going to take his tendencies to his son, not only repeat it with Thelma, not only, this is where my issue comes in. He's grooming, or not grooming, because that's a word I don't like. He's raising his sons to be just like him. Controlling, and what's the word for making excuses? Making excuses. My other issue with him is the grifting off of his audience, whether they like it or not. Wouldn't it be nice, Jason, if you came on here and it didn't matter to you and you didn't have to make such a stupid video and make yourself look stupid?
I don't even have to have this person be in my life in any capacity. So I am just going to not talk about it anymore.
I challenge Jimbo to do the same.
Imagine if you did that and the person that you've been attacking suddenly stops talking about you too. I
In a
would
perfect
think
world,
that would be pretty cool, because you know what that would mean? That would mean that there was just some sort of conflict resolution. You both resolved to just let it go. And
people think that people come on here and talk about people because they have a problem with them. Just like I said before, Ernie and Nicolina have done nothing to me. Jimbo's not done anything personally to me. Jimbo hasn't done anything personally to Bird or Ghost. They seen a problem. They spoke out about it. There are issues where people have problems with each other, but that's not this. This is like saying you see an abuse happen, or something that's egregious, and you say, well, I'm just going to ignore it. It's not my problem. If everybody did that, we'd be fucked.
not talk about each other anymore. I know it's hard to get to that point though, because feelings get hurt, people get angry. Like, I understand wanting to defend yourself, wanting to defend your family. I get it. But things are getting to a dangerous level now. You've got people traveling to other states, even if it's under the guise of awareness. When the hell did YouTube become like that? Because I can tell you, I've been around almost, I don't know, like 3.5 years maybe. Lips, how long have you had a channel?
Okay, I got to go back because I was muted.
Like, I understand wanting to defend yourself, wanting to defend your family. I get it. But things are getting to a dangerous level now. You've got people traveling to other states, even if it's under the guise of awareness.
The guise of awareness. The guise of awareness. It was awareness. If it would have been dangerous, it would have been they wanted to meet up and fight, or they would have tried to meet up and fight. Just a second, these dogs. They never even considered meeting up. There was no guise to it. That's Jimbo's spin, though, for more sad fishing.
When the hell did YouTube become like that? Because I can tell you, I've been around.
The minute somebody said, seeing somebody marry a 12-year-old and thought people need to know about it.
Almost, I don't know, like 3.5 years maybe. Lips, how long have you had a channel? I think that I've been around. Yeah, I think you.
Okay, so here we are, preaching about, sobriety. And then Nicolina comes along with this comment. I highlighted it. Curious idea is getting close to a year of sobriety. Katie has been sober for 6 years, but still an emotional drunk, so she isn't sober, in my opinion. Did she not just listen to Chasing's sermon? How we aren't not supposed to do that? That's what I mean. She wouldn't dare say this shit to Nicolina.
You and I started kind of around the same time. Yeah, in the 3.5 years that I've been around, YouTube has gotten out of control, man. You people are crazy. Somehow, luckily, I've managed to not have any crazy shit done to me. I've gotten nasty emails and I've gotten threats and stuff like that.
Now, I don't know who Honey Bunny, who I'm told is who was that? I can't think of the name. Spooky. You know, Spooky that was allegedly ran off here because she was found out, her ex found out who she was or some stupid shit like that. She says, I agree it's dangerous. All these weird psychos, doxers are bunched together over there doing their thing. I don't know any doxers over here as opposed to all the doxers over there. It's just, yeah.
Hey, telling truth. Maybe you need to clean out one of your ears because you're only hearing half of it. I just got done saying that nobody is innocent.
Really? Then what's the point? Donna's Journey, who I really like, says channels that focus on negativity and hate-filled content don't last long. They then have to ban, evade, and get taken down over and over again. What has Jimbo's channel been from day one? Why does he cover easy? What has he said about Trader's family? Preach to your own choir.
Everyone has done wrong. I've done wrong. So get your head out of your ass and pay attention, because I am not blaming or saying it's all one person's fault. I literally
could have fooled me.
Just said that I don't agree with certain things. But thanks for stopping by. That's the kind of shit I'm talking about right there.
Yes, I am.
Right there.
Thank you, Anissa.
So, telling truth, if you'd like to come up here, I'll drop you a link and we can talk about it. You can ask me questions and I'll give you a direct answer.
Telling Truth said, here's to future of criminal justice when you make excuses for the ones doing wrong and blame the peeps they do it to. You're doing great at it. I couldn't agree more, Telling Truth too.
And just so you know, the sector of criminal justice that I'm going into, I don't have to worry about blaming anybody, okay? Because I'll be working with people who lost their lives at the hands of other people. If you want to know what a death investigator does, they investigate any deaths that are considered unnatural. I don't have to.
So her job is going to be putting 2 and 2 together. She's not going to have all the pieces. She's going to have to put something together and assume. And she can't do it on YouTube. It's not encouraging.
Try to solve the case and all that. I'm there strictly to look at and gather evidence off of a deceased body and the surrounding area. No, people on this side don't hate truth. what everyone's getting fed up with is the fact that the truth, more often than not, gets swept under the rug because nobody wants to hear that. They only want their opinion to be fact. Okay, let's just take a silly example. The Rottweiler thing. They're mutts. They can't be registered. Well, no, that's wrong. They can be registered. Okay, so that's truth. I have never said that anybody is completely innocent. I've never said it, whether I like the person I'm saying it to or not. I've said it to the mean girls. I've said it to people at the stand. I've said it everywhere. What did you not just hear the part where I said that? No, like, under the circumstances, I don't think that Jimbo should have said that he had a picture of a minor child, because under these circumstances, I can see where that would have headed, and that's exactly where I did head. I still support what? It's not actions that I support, ma'am or sir. It's the person. It's the person that I went to personally and told them how I feel about things they had done in their past life, although it's none of my business. And since then, I have formed a good relationship with that person. We've all made mistakes in life. I'm sure you've made plenty in yours too.
The issue is the ones that keep making them or keep making excuses for them.
None of you have ever seen me mad. Am I aggravated right now? Yeah, I'm aggravated at the ignorance. I'm aggravated at the double standards. I'm aggravated that, I know that if I were having to deal with half the shit that some people on this platform are dealing with, that I probably would lose my damn mind. I don't go out here picking fights with everyone over shit that's said about other people, but I will come on here and talk about my opinion about things. I've always said this is my opinion, and even if you don't want to jump on the train and share the opinion with me, I will still be cool with you. I don't like echo chamber, and when I say that, I actually mean it.
Right.
I like being able to have two-sided conversations and bounce opinions off each other. When you don't agree with someone, that opens the doorway for you to be able to expand your mind. Because I might have an opinion about something, but then after talking to someone who has a different opinion, they might be able to open my eyes to a different aspect of something, and they might be able to make me see things that I didn't see before that could very well alter my opinion. I'm not going to just
I hear this often. Yeah, mom said, when I don't like people or their content, I just don't watch. Problem solved. Well, that's true if you don't want to make awareness. Um, I didn't like Easy's debates, so I didn't watch. That's that simple. Common sense. But if you want to make awareness, like, yeah, mom, are you gonna tell me you don't watch Ernie? So you must like his content because you watch him, right? See how that works?
walk around and blindly agree with everyone just because I want to be a part of something. My life is very full outside of YouTube. I have plenty to do and plenty to entertain me and keep me company and talk about without all this. That's probably why I don't go live that often. Right, Graham,
Thank
that is
goodness.
how it should work. I prefer to have people in my life who can challenge my thinking. Yes, even in the Mean Girls chat, we have different opinions. Sometimes we get irritated with each other, but you know what? We get irritated, we talk it out, and we work through it. Or if we know it's an opinion and it looks like it's heading in a direction where it could cause conflict, we're not so stubborn that we can't just back off and maybe talk about something else. And maybe
Especially when it comes to something Nicolina doesn't like, right?
that's what it's time to do. But as far as like, who's the one that asked, okay, when he made the comment, I'm assuming that you're talking about the Polaroid. Is that what you're talking about? Because if that's not what you're talking about, then you're going to have to like tell me specifically because, like I said, I'm not always there for everything. Everyone seems to think that just because I'm a mod, I'm there and I hear every word and I support every little move. And that's just not the case. They go live late at night. Doesn't want that was a dig to make points. The comeback was unexpected. And then excuses or reasons, because there's a fine line between excuses or reasons.
And what has she been doing here? Excuses or reasons?
Okay, because I hear a lot of people over on that side too say, yeah, I did this because, or I didn't do this because. So is that considered a reason or an excuse? I just want to be clear.
Oh, gosh, scared me to death.
I've never
Ooh.
not one time said that
Them
there is
damn
zero
dogs.
hypocrisy on this side. I think everyone has been a hypocrite at some point, even if it's just about silly stuff. I mean, if you're thinking that you're going to come in here and catch me up and put me in my place and all of this and that, no, because I have got a very open mind. And before I form an opinion on anything, I have a tendency to look at every aspect or as many aspects as I possibly can. I'm a pretty fair person.
You used to be.
But I will say that
Or
when
so
I
far.
popped in there the other day to make that comment, that when you combine the doxing with the harassment was
Now she says it true. She says, when I popped in there to say the comment, when you combine the doxing with the harassment, remember at the beginning of the video, she said, when I dropped in there to say alleged doxing, see what I mean? See how they always tell on themselves? She did not say alleged. And then she wonders why Katie asked her a question because she said right there, just exactly what she said. I'll back it up.
But I will say that when I popped in there the other day to make that comment, that when you combine the doxing with the harassment,
You hear that? When you combine the doxing with harassment, which is exactly what she said.
was pretty foul. I stand by that opinion.
Markella says, and fact is, even if Jimbo did have pics of her, she was his wife. You dumb fools.
Opinion. Everyone was looking to me to provide proof about the doxing, and I didn't even know anything about it until just right then.
Then why did you say that? Then why did you say this? Why did you say this? If you
say that when I popped in there the other day to make that comment, that when you combine the doxing with the harassment was pretty foul, I stand by that opinion. Everyone was looking to me to provide proof about the doxing, and I didn't even know anything about it until just right then in that moment. See, Markella, that's something that I didn't hear for myself. I heard about it, but I didn't hear the comments myself. Yeah. I mean, it all boils down to no, nobody should be talking about a 12-year-old's body parts, boy or girl. And let me just go ahead and say it one more time for everyone. No, I don't think that Jimbo should have made that comment about having the Polaroid. I understand why he did it, but I knew that it would backfire, and it did. Every day when we wake up, we get to choose how we're going to be that day, who we're going to be as a person, and how we're going to treat others. I wake up every day, and no matter how much someone has pissed me off, I make a conscious choice not to attack their real life. Why? Because none of that matters when it comes down to YouTube.
I'm going to go 7 more minutes to 6:45 of this crap and then drop y'all the link and you can hear the rest for yourself. But it's just more of the same bullshit.
Everyone running around and calling this guy all kinds of names and accusing him of all these heinous crimes, things that have affected his real life. It makes you happy because y'all feel like you've succeeded at something. But here's the thing.
That is so not true.
You guys are punishing him for a mistake he made as a 17-year-old.
That was a different person, Michelle.
Not trying to catch anyone up, trying to say it's all old when you've seen on all sides. There's one always in the wrong that stays mad for peeps talking about the wrong done. Well, I mean, people are going to be mad, It sucks to see one of your friends hurting or having things done to them. It sucks. It does. It's the nature of the beast. We all know that when we come on here. But it's getting to the point now where, people really you have to watch what you say. You have to watch what you do. You have to make sure that what you do say or do is presented in a way that can't be twisted.
And then Honey Bunny, aka Spooky, says Jimbo can run off at the mouth. Okay. That's been established over a 3-year period. It doesn't mean he's evil and some mad monster on the loose. Are you sure, Spooky? And so he can run off at the mouth for 3 years and no one's supposed to say something back? That's my point. Maybe if Jimbo shut the fuck up, nothing would, it wouldn't be a problem.
Even if you're completely innocent of all wrongdoing, I got Tina Simmerly out there telling everybody that I'm part of some trafficking ring and I've never even had a conversation with the bitch. I mean, at one point, way back when, all I knew is she didn't like me because I made a couple of videos making fun of Ernie. But now, all of a sudden, what does she call me? Oh, I'm part of the shady bunch and involved in trafficking, and I'm going down. I think she made a comment like that the other day in Mama T's chat.
That's what I'm told, JP. And I do believe it.
No, I don't think many people believe her too, but that's the kind of shit that's going on. I mean, if she's out here.
Right, Rumor. Let me stop this and read that. Most men would tell women not to defend him online, but not Jimbo. He gets mad if they don't defend him. Exactly. Exactly. He throws women and children out in front of him all the time. That was another thing that Shannon pointed out to me that I didn't really realize until I looked back. Right.
she is actually trying to pursue charges or do anything like that. Obviously, she's not going to get very
I
far
think it is,
because she
Lily.
hasn't up to this point. But what if she did? What if she were able to get someone to listen long enough that the police did show up at my door?
Belinda says, I don't know why most cover each other every day or every other day for a couple of years. It's for content, addiction to drama and gossip or attention, but for whatever reason, everyone has to get a grip. My explanation is in my name of my channel. I have something to say. So if I'm watching something and I have something to say, I cover it. Now, whether that's for content, no, because if I had to do it for content, I'd do it every day. I'm not like Jimbo. I don't go live every day. I don't have to have something every day. I only go live when I have something to say. Addiction, no. If I was addicted, I think I'd have to come every day. Drama, maybe, because drama is what we're in. But gossip, maybe. Attention, no. I don't go live. If it was for attention, I have to go every day. Gossip, I can probably catch up on all the gossip in 1 week, Just saying. Oh, I sure do, Dallas. I sure do. Yeah.
You got to think about the what ifs too. I always try to think about what the outcome could be before I make a move. But
Well, you sure didn't think this through, did you?
that's just how I am with anything. I'm an overthinker. I'm very analytical.
I say not.
And I've been in situations where I've made snap judgments and gotten
Like this
stuff
live?
wrong and felt like a complete asshole about it. And so I try to avoid that now. But yes,
Very.
telling truth too, it is very frustrating to come on and it's just the same old shit every day. So if you're not going to play in the sandbox together, why not just go find a new sandbox to play in? You don't have to talk to each other. You don't have to cover each other. You don't have to do anything.
That's fine for people who have issues with each other, but that's not always the case. For Bird and for Evil Ghost, is that going to put their what am I trying to, what's the word? Their concerns aside? If they're worried about children and Jimbo being around children, if they just quit talking about Jimbo, is that going to put the concerns aside? How about the people that are worried about Jimbo, scamming his money, his members for money? If people quit covering Jimbo, quit talking about it, is that going to work? No. You would think she would be, Michelle, but I'm guessing not. Holly said, put your tits to the sky chasing justice, not your nose.
People were saying that Jimbo was nodding out last night. That he was just something was wrong. He wasn't right. Well, he said gummies for one, I think. Or maybe they just joked about it. I was halfway listening.
No, they said gummies.
But let's also remember they just had all this stressful shit happen. He's been dealing with getting whatever's going on with Thelma taken care of. They still have children that they have to maintain and take care of and worry about. Molly had her band trip. I mean, he just lost his job. So I would imagine that all of that combined might get someone to the point of mental and physical exhaustion.
But he still nodded out. Nobody said why he did it. They just said he still nodded out. And the fact that you're trying to make excuses for it makes me think there was a different reason behind it than just exhaustion.
That's just my guess, though.
He was so exhausted. Did he keep his mouth shut? No, he went live and ran his mouth. No.
Who takes advantage of people? Surely that's not directed at me because I don't try to take advantage of anyone. Okay, let's go ahead and get into a little bit about the situation with Griff, okay? Because I'll use myself as an
Okay.
example now. Because honestly, I feel like talking about the situation with Jimbo, it's going to be talked about enough. So I'll put myself out there.
Okay. Well, I'm going to end it right there because she's going to go talk about Griff. She still goes on and on more about Jimbo. But that's right, Peachy. It, sanctimonious. Sanctimonious. Right, Nana, see? And for sure don't go live and run your mouth about it and for somebody to make smart comments. Excuses, full stop. Right. Professional grifter. Right. Enabling. Absolutely. Absolutely. He's always talking about eating gummies, but then he wants to stand on about, I've never drank caffeine or touched a cigarette. So what? So what? It is jeopardizing real life situations. Yeah, it is. It is. Oh, I bet they do, Kathy. And we all said about Mama T going behind the scenes, and that's where most of our money was made, was behind the scenes. Hell no, he ain't sending money to his mods. No. Yeah, to sum it up, no one should talk about poor Jim Toe. Sanctimonious, Buttercup. I don't know. Who's going live next? It's 6:49. Is Ghost and Bird going live tonight? Let me look. Let me see. I really wanted Katie or Traders to cover this live. Yes, Katie, go over. Yes. I wanted you to, I waited 3 days because I wanted you or Traders to do it. Yeah, because it didn't concern, it talked more about you and Traders. I just couldn't get over the sanctimonious bullshit. So there you go. This last hour, I stop at you two, has more Jimbo in it, but poor Jimbo. But you might want to cover it on 2 times speed and just make it an hour and cover the first hour too. Katie's going live, Charam. She's going to get it set up. Here's her link right up here. Buttercup dropped it. I think Buttercup dropped it. Yeah. She sure did. You're welcome, Nana C. I just thought it, thank you, Dodie. I just figured it had to be talked about. I sat on it for 3 nights and I kept thinking, nah, I don't have the energy. Oh, I'm tired. Oh, I'll just go to bed. But then today I was like, no, if somebody has this recorded, I wasn't invested enough to record it. But if somebody had it recorded and somebody did, I was like, okay. Thank y'all for my super chats. I'll make sure I got everybody here. Anissa and Blame Scabies. Just wondering, Tracy. Blame Katie said SDA is perfect. I missed that one. Where is it at? Oh, that was just a start comment I made. Yeah. Jody, remember for 13 minutes. Char and 17 minutes. Tracy, Jackie Blue, Dodie. And I met my goal. Zep, JP Fluff, Sandy, Dreamer, Lily, Dodie and Frankie. And like I said, I met my goal because I'll go live tomorrow and we'll just talk about bullshit, about other stuff. I don't think I'll go over anything, but okay, guys, I'll talk to y'all later. Thank you for being here. Oh, Sugar Pie for 11 months. Got that in. And there's Katie's link. Yep. And defended him. Ooh, sanctimonious. Okay, y'all. See you later.